would hope we're rolling.
Does digital content roll?
It digitally rolls.
You know what does roll? Dice with D&D.
Dun dun dun!
Okay, so we are back with the second session of Dawn of Worlds Campaign 2. For Campaign 2. Last time we did the first stage, which was basically terraforming the world. A few races were created, such as the Diende, the Jinshi, the Farborn, the Ulama, and the Kaijaka. We've seen avatars impact the world in large ways. A few cities have been created, such as Ila Fortis and Port Icar. Icar. How do you want to say that, Spencer?
Oh god, I can't
Don't worry
see
about
how it's written.
it. That's okay. Ikar.
Icar.
Icar. Port Icar. And then the Mektoba. That's more an archive, but I would say that's a city, right, Michael?
Mektoba.
The Mektoba.
Yeah, it is, and I have some details about it, but I won't go into it here.
That's good. Um,
Don't forget.
don't forget.
Yeah, you're missing a city.
Ila Fortis?
No, it's an empty city, but it's important.
Which one's that?
Where'd you make that one?
The battle arena on top of the foggy island.
Okay, yeah, okay. I did forget that one. It's not named yet.
It's named. It's just empty.
I think it's just empty. What is it named?
Just empty. He just said.
No. Backways. I gotta look back at my.
Okay, so that's a building, or
No.
that's a mountain.
No, it's a Dieth Kenti.
I don't know if I have that.
You do. It's line 20.
In first stage, line 20.
Line 20.
Oh, I'm looking at turn 20. Line 20, first stage. Create avatar on the foggy island mountain peak. The avatar, Artis. Create. I totally did forget that. I'm sorry. God.
Wow.
Okay, I'm fired. Who wants to take over? Who wants to take over as dungeon master?
I got this.
This campaign, this world is already ruined. Let's scrap it.
Throw it away. Start again.
Steals the map. Uses it for
A
one
city.
shot. Ha.
So we forgot about Kenti, a city of beautiful marble, excellent radiance, and the gods themselves, of the gods themselves, provided by the god Rasarai. I remember that. I am sorry, I forgot.
There's
Will
a
you
lot
forgive me?
It's okay. It's sprawling already.
It is.
It is a
Okay,
lot.
I need to type that in before I forget. And that's why I couldn't copy paste, because I was copying a cell that's not there. Wonderful start. All right, so that's obviously not going to be on the map, but if you want to mark it on this new map, Chris, when we hop right in, that might help me out.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Well, I did some work on the map. Here is what the players had done last time.
Indeed.
Here's what you had done. Remember that. And I'm not going to spend too much time here because with all this color, it would be a huge mess.
Hot mess.
To
That's the final map.
continue writing in. So we now have
Drum roll.
drum roll.
Ooh.
Oh,
There you go. The world is
That's
forming. I took some liberties and expanded some things like rivers, and some forests. I made a little larger to fill out the space. Rounded them out so they aren't just perfect in the squares, but for the most part, I didn't do much different.
I love that coral.
The
Look
reef
at that.
needs a name. The reef. And what's there? I mean, aside from the Avatar, which one? Zosterost, I think, walked out of there.
Yes.
Yep. So
And the random underwater plateau that's underwater but not quite all the way to the surface.
Yeah. I'm glad you remembered.
I did.
It's a little
Jake
late.
remembered.
I think I'm really hoping the only thing I forgot was that city.
Like,
At first,
where
I
is that
zoomed out.
city at? I don't even remember.
I was concerned about the. It looked like you had buried the world throat
Oh,
in the
that one. Yeah,
forest,
there
but
it is.
it just blends together. So
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell. that it's-
If I could do perspective a little better, I'd do a better job of that.
It's okay. That's why we hire professionals for $5.
That's why I'm going to
on
hire a
the
professional.
internet.
Yes. So I need to go
Mhm.
grab the other characters real quick.
All right, these were the very tall trees
Yeah.
Yes.
at the
Yeah.
edge of the crevice.
Yep.
They don't look too tall,
That's
but
why
they're,
I had
they're tall.
At first I thought the crevice was like making them look tall, but no, it's just.
No, that's a giant rift in the
It's
world.
just the world throat.
Yes. I don't even remember. So these are mountains that rose up out of the water at some point.
Around
the
the
beacon.
beacon.
Yep. And the beacon dropped. Cam?
The bacon.
The bacon. Be
What kind of
gone.
world is the world without bacon?
All right. Chris, do you want to roll your power? Everyone else did.
I forget what this is.
That's a rainbow bridge of water
Ah.
that goes
Oh, yeah, that's
above
right.
because there used to be
Yep.
corruption, blight
Yeah.
that
I
happened
knew that there was
when
corruption originally, but I forgot what fixed it.
Ozicho fixed it. The god Ozicho.
Yeah. And then we put a water bridge over the land bridge.
Swing and a miss.
I got this. Maybe. There we go.
You did it.
You
I,
so
where was I?
proud.
Oh, yeah, I was tracking on my guy. That's why. Where? Oh, no. One short.
I
One
was
short.
making like a.
And don't forget.
Don't remember.
Well, really, don't remember to add the points for the beacon, the extra power, because that's not happening right now. Okay.
There is no extra power, you said?
There is no extra power right now.
Not
Whoa.
currently.
A list of avatar things for myself so I can actually remember that because basically like cheap things once per turn or whatever, however those
Yeah.
work.
In the second age, command avatar only costs 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Cheaper. So much cheaper. Yes, remember, we're using second age now. Okay, the first age is land focused, second age is races focused, and the third age is relations. Okay, that's how they fluctuate. Things get cheaper, things get more expensive. Make sure you look at them because they're different this turn than they were last turn. Last age. Last session, really. Because like create race costed 22 points. Now it only costs 6. Okay. So be thinking about the name of the world. We don't have that figured out yet. And I thought we should have one for the start of the second age. But I think we want to get going. So be thinking about it, and maybe we'll end tonight with throwing out some names. Okay?
Syllables.
I
The
mean-
syllable approach.
I do not want the syllable approach so much. That just is a hot mess.
It
No,
worked really
that's
well
good.
that one time that we did it.
Thanks
And
for on that. It worked
Yeah.
great.
Antaramna.
It stays with us. So we will come up with something.
Look, I think we should
Otherwise, leave
we
it to
should
me,
just
and I will.
name it after Elon Musk's child. That's
Please,
a
no.
super perfect fantasy name.
what's his child's name?
It's X and then that AE symbol and then like B17.
Oh no.
And I wish I was making a joke there,
You pronounce it Elon Musk Jr.
right? Musklet.
Yep.
Musklet.
Ugh.
I want to make sure that your name doesn't fit well in any database.
His child's middle name was My dad didn't really want kids, actually.
Yes, Johnny drop tables. That's Musk's sixth kid.
Boy, I suppose
I
you start
guess-
to get creative.
Does that mean that Grimes is going to be must soon to be SpaceX? Haha. No,
Don't know.
that's worth a ban.
Should we do initiative?
I think we're nearly there.
It's too early for
we're-
this shit.
We are ready to get started. Make sure you all have your colors. I think it's automatically selected. I'd recommend when you go to do freehand drawing, you change from regular to small or even thin. It allows you for a bit more precision, and it won't look so terribly messy and
Jam.
hard to understand for me later. Yeah. Okay. So, go ahead and roll for initiative. Roll 2d6.
5, 7. Hey, Michael, there you go. There's your big numbers.
I want that for my power.
No, you
Spencer,
get 2 points, but you get to use them right away.
It's okay, and I don't even know what I'm going to do. Yes,
Keith's
I
roll
have
is the first roll.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah, Keith. Sorry,
5.
Travis only using one line throws me off.
Yep. 6. Spencer 7. And Michael 9. Okay, Michael's going to get to go first.
Oh, shit.
I'm glad you're inspired tonight.
you can feed off of all of those things that we were telling you.
Yeah.
What's going to help?
But we're going to get started with the transition into from the first age into the second age, because there's a little thing that's going to happen here. At the end of the first age, we saw a number of things happening within those 500 years, such as the creation of the Farborn, and a new god rising, and creating more larger subrace of the Ulama, Port Ikar forming. There was a lot of unique things happening in this age, and here at the end of these 500 years, around the Mektaba, there was a magical eruption that was created. That happened. A gate from another plane opened up, and refugees came pouring forth. These refugees were not just many dozens of different people, civilized people. It was herds of dragons. Dragons had not been on this world until now. This world has had other creatures and monsters, but dragons, in the style of the ancient red dragon, the bronze dragons, they all fled their world. The stories tell of a world shattering, but that is an entirely different plane of existence that they escaped from, and they're coming here. And the dragons have taken refuge. They are all around this world. They hide in the mountains. They hide in the water, in the lake, in the oceans. They take refuge in the Foundling Woods and the Haida Highlands. Some may have gone to the world throat. Many of them survived and continue to live their lives. Many of them perished to the dangers of this world, to a world unknown to them, to a world that is still coming into its own and wanting to fend off this new threat. there's a point when the dragons find themselves around the beacon. Something happens. Story, lost time. But the dragons, threatened by what the beacon was, wanted to stop it. A number of dragons died. The beacon perished.
Bye-bye, beacon.
The mountains remained. What happens to the Seishi who worship the beacon? We'll find out. But along with the dragons and their fight against the beacon, something new emerged. Direct descendants of these dragons. The dragons, they're the army that fought with the beacon. The survivors went on to live their lives, and they ended up giving birth to something that was not just a dragon, much smaller. Dragonkin. 8 these humanoids look like dragons, large fur manes go down their backs. They get to be 8 feet tall in height, broaching the large category in terms of sizes. They're very close to that, but they're still medium-sized creatures. But incredibly thick tails. They now walk these worlds. And they're scattered about where the dragons took refuge. And they begin to populate. They may be, in time, if other races don't rise, the most populated of all races. I think the Jinshi and the Seishi, that race is right now spread out pretty well. And so we'll see what happens in the Second Age. But what you all need to know is the beacon is out. Dragons are in this world. The planar gate has shut. That sent the dragons. That shut. And now Dragonkin are in this world. Okay.
Nice.
So I'm going to write highlights down real quick. And that is what kicks off the Second Age of this world.
Okay.
As that is not a player action, as that is a DM action, I want to ask all of you, are you okay with what just happened?
No.
Since I didn't use any points, I didn't do anything. You're okay with that?
Yes.
I don't know about this populating the world business, but we'll see how well your DM action plays out this next age. You're taking all my stuff.
I'm taking your stuff?
Well,
What?
good news is you get to save the points and don't have to create the dragons.
Were you going to create dragons?
No,
What do you mean he's taking your stuff, though?
it's taking over my world. My people must rule the world. Those
He
dragons
doesn't
are
want
going
them breathing
down.
with oxygen. He's concerned they're going
Oh,
to
you're
run out
right.
of space.
I like the consistency of I like how you pick up on the things that we lay down and the planar portal and tying in with the Mektaba was kind of cool. And no, I'm totally on board.
So much of that is built on what you all have done. The dragons populate the world.
I would say too, though, that the Ulama, I would envision them as being pretty spread out. At least the proto species,
Are they creating civilizations, or are they just continuing to wander? That's the difference there.
mostly wandering. I'm going to create some cities with the derivatives this
Yep.
age, but mostly
Okay.
they're just out there absorbing information. But yes, not creating civilizations so much.
Finding what they can.
Against the beacon. The beacon is banishes the dragons.
Be a
But it's
gun.
there on the map. How can it be gone if it's there on the map?
I'm gonna cross it out. You're gonna see.
Oh, okay.
Birth
The
tooth.
now it's the beacon
Yeah.
wreckage, like the,
Yep.
the remnants of the beacon.
Ghost
And-
beacon.
And you all have to know
Ghost beat.
the dragonkin race. It's not just dragonborn. Dragonborn, they're humanoid. They have their heads. These have tails. They're bigger. They're a little bit more visceral too in
And they're
nature.
hairy.
And they have hair. Yeah, they have that hair, that mane.
I like that. I dig this.
I accept this.
Yeah.
So it's not stringy hair like mine. It's thick mane that
Yeah,
goes
we
not
do
all
have
around,
dragon hair.
just that goes back. Okay,
Like Uncle Joey.
like Uncle Joey. I don't know what that means?
Uncle Joey from
I don't
Full
know if
House.
Keith even knows what that means.
Full House.
Full House. Come
Oh,
on.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get started here. Round 1
Fight.
of the Second Age. Michael.
I'm ready. Jake, you have inspired me. So the first thing I'm going to do is now, so you just said, I want to make sure I understood. You said there are a wide variety of dragon kin. Some of them might be the dragonborn, like the race, but others might not be. There could be all sundry types. Is that my understanding is correct? Or
I'm confused by the question. What do you mean?
these dragon kin, there's not
Uh-huh.
just one type. There are lots of different types.
Yes, so they're red, gold, bronze, brass, any of the
Metallics.
chromatic and metallic elements.
I guess
There are.
I meant more in terms of it's not just like the dragonborn, for example. There are
I think what he was saying was that it's not the dragonborn at all, and it is this other thing.
It's just dragonkin.
Not dragon.
They are the only race right now.
They just have different colors.
Yeah,
Oh, and
so-
the dragons.
yeah, and the dragons, but they're not a player race. So, but
Okay.
they are in the world now.
So what I want to do, you might judge against it, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to command race for my first action this turn, which I think is 4 points now. Is that right?
race?
Yes, 4 points.
Okay. So I'm going to spend 4 points to command the race, and so just to clarify too, last session I had come up with this idea that of the ulama, they had kind of deviated from, there were some of them among them had deviated from their task and formed the foundation for these two varieties that are no longer bound to Elm's work. And one of them is more connected to the ideas of learning, wisdom, doing things and being productive with knowledge, while the other one is more about conquering, taking, using knowledge to secure its power or to gain more power. And so they're a bit more bellicose and perhaps evil. And it's that group which I've named the Shujama. They are going to be the ones
Did
that,
you spell that?
Kazunta.
yes, it's here. I'll put it in the chat. I put it too in well, I have to format that.
So this
Uh,
is the
I put it in
English.
Discord too. It was in Discord.
Yeah.
The Shujama are the more aggressive sorts they kind of covet knowledge and want to use it to hoard it and to keep it from other people or other peoples and to use it to either gain or secure power. And one of the things that they do is they turn at least maybe some of these new dragonkin sorts into their mounts.
They are 8-foot humanoids.
Okay, that was what I was. Okay, so they are humanoid. Okay,
Yep.
so never mind.
Yeah. Dragonkin are player races.
So they are. Okay.
Player race. Yep, they're going to be available.
So that's slavery, Michael.
Well, they don't want to. I mean, you can't really ride an 8-foot humanoid. So never mind.
Hop on my shoulders, young one.
And there are no. So I guess
Get
I
on my
was.
back.
There are no other like dragon E sorts that come out of this.
There are dragons. There are actual dragons, like fully fledged dragons.
Whole ass
Would those,
dragons.
would those qualify as the sorts that these things could be like training and domesticated in a manner of
Probably
speaking?
try.
They're intelligent. They're not player races, but they're just as intelligent as they are in a regular D&D campaign or in the books. Not they're not bestial. There are other bestial races, if you have something in mind,
Well,
from the books and creature monster manual.
no, but I guess like anything like a wyvern or lesser dragon can't dragon draconoid types of thing. I think when you were talking about dragons, I immediately thought, oh, these dudes should be riding dragons, but that's probably not appropriate. But I don't know if there's a derivative, a dragon draconoid or draconic sort of thing
I'd say um,
that we could work into that.
command race, right? By this power, the priests of gods. The priests of the gods influence their race to action. Cities are founded with this power, but it can be used for just about anything. An immortal must first establish its presence by creating sects within the race before influencing them via create order. Which you have done. The creators of the race get this sect automatically. This power may be used for starting wars, founding cities, making alliances, settling territory, etc. Of course, you'll need an army to go to war. I think there would probably be some conflict that would happen against your race versus the dragons if you wanted to not really domesticate them, but if you wanted to enslave them to be your people.
Well,
Which on page
I don't really
9.
want to enslave them. I guess I was thinking more in terms of domesticating a beast that can be used as its mount. That is kind of this. But
If you wanted to do that, I would say probably wyverns would be fine. And I don't know if I would really need a command race for
okay,
that. Well,
Would that be advance?
we could just.
advanced civilization. Yeah,
Oh yeah, maybe they become the masters of whatever that species is.
yeah, that would seem more
Very cool.
appropriate. Hmm.
Perfect. Thanks, Travis. What is that one? Advanced civilization is
That one's
5.
worth 5.
It's the more expensive one, but that's cool. All right. So I will do that too. And then we can tease out what exactly I think of it as kind of like a flying beastie of sorts.
Wyverns would be appropriate.
Perfect.
Or we could make fancy
Or
our own wyverns sometime.
we could. Okay, so this is the Shujama.
So that is advanced civilization. Yes, that's what I'm going to do with them. So that costs 5 points. Got that.
Where are they at right now? Are they around Port Ikar?
Wait, why does that say 25 in your? Oh no, because I did it one time. They are. Where are they? Yeah. So, I mean, I don't really have them. They are kind of spread out because they haven't settled anywhere. But one of the factors that gave rise to them, emerging as a subrace is the beacon, and then the intervention also of Sapites, the god of wisdom and learning, kind of took advantage of that situation to push them on a new evolutionary path, so to speak. So I guess they might be conceived of as in the vicinity of Port Ikar and the Beacon, but they're kind of anywhere and everywhere until my next action, which is to establish a city, which I can go ahead and do now if that is helpful for. That would
Shujama.
be done with. That is done with command race.
Yep, Shujama. I'm just gonna write this down real quick. Shujama acquire talent for riding and domesticating wyverns.
Cool.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have them establish themselves in their fortress isle. And the name of their city is Ulhit Fadh. And it's going to be
Like it.
whoops, dang it, it's doing that thing again. I guess do I have to just zoom in maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Let me zoom in. All right, now I get there we go. Oh, I guess I could. For a circle. I'm having trouble moving it now.
Oh, you're all the way over there.
Yep. So that is their fortress city. So I'm drawing a lot of the names for this group for the ulama and ilm. All these are derived from Arabic, basically. Ilm means knowledge. Ulama are the learned folk.
So I was like, I'm pretty sure you're pulling from something, but I haven't taken the time to ask you.
And
Um,
so that is going to be. I think I'm probably done because I've only got 3 points left. And I don't think there's much I don't think I can do what I want to with that. So I'm going to stop. I'm done.
Okay. Spencer, I think you're up next because I saw you message Chris. Did Chris respond?
He did not.
I did
Spencer.
respond.
Did you? Then he did.
He said he shall hold his action.
And as I wander this world, Aeolus speaks to me, asks for a moment, for me to pause for a moment as I ponder the nature of things.
Good.
The nature. Okay. Go ahead, Spencer.
So I'm gonna do some of this, some of that, and a little bit of those. I'm gonna start with a command race, and the Shinji are going to found their first city.
I just now realized that you named them Shinji. When you say it like that.
Jinshi. I don't know. What did I
Jinshi.
name?
Okay.
Jinshi. I said it backwards.
Yep.
Okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure you didn't name him after name him Shinji.
The Jinshi, yes. And right here in the foothills of the Haida Highlands is their capital, and it's less of one
No, I'm snapping at Bex.
large city as a main settlement surrounded by smaller little satellite settlements throughout the foothills.
All right. Continent, right. Command. This is what? Command race?
Command race.
Okay. And create city.
Yes.
Would you describe it again real quick?
It's one large primary city, but it's also got a lot of little out settlements where families and extended families kind of have their honed crafts within their own smaller settlements, kind of throughout the surrounding foothills of the area.
What's the name of it?
Kimotoro.
Kimotoro. Okay. All right.
And that's my first action. Second, sorry, I'm marking off points as I go. It is a catastrophe
Oh.
caused by
Sure.
the beacon not being anymore.
Caused by.
When
beacon.
when the beacon got qualmed or quelched or squanched, whatever you want to call it, a great volcano is going to rise up out of the ground because of some kind of unsettlement in the land that happened. And it's going to be
Or somewhere else.
right about That's about an inch square, right there,
You're going right there.
right there.
Lance.
That's a big volcano.
Well, I mean, centered there. It doesn't
Okay.
have to be that big, because that would be yes. I'm thinking
Yes.
more a volcano and like surrounding fire lava fields, like ground that never quite cools back down, essentially.
Next to those. You got
Volcano.
like Hawaii down
Oh
there
shit.
almost.
With
Yes.
surrounding lava
Ow.
fields.
What's that?
You've got like Hawaii. You've got like nice weather and a volcano.
Nice weather and a volcano. Um, so that's it. That was is that a catastrophe or an event? Because it didn't really affect anyone, but I'm willing to do whatever you want with that. Or is that shaped land?
From fiery mountains, shape land, the power direct, create.
Because it didn't really affect anyone, I guess. So it's not really a catastrophe necessarily.
Yeah, it didn't affect anyone. I don't know if I call it a catastrophe.
Shape land it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Shape
fine.
land.
Then
Yep.
I'm in that case. I have more points to spend than I thought.
You do.
I'm going to command race again. Or excuse me. I'm going to yes, command race. I'm going to command race and these good folk down here again. As they're exploring the world and all that jazz, they are going to make their second city, and as the brave explorers that they are, they want to develop their first port city. A lovely port city. Travis, it appears you spilled noodles on your keyboard.
Oh, that's what Jinshi looks like in in one of the many alphabets of Japanese.
It's all smiley faces.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I noticed because that's like Shinji is all smiley faces, and he's not a very smiley character most of the time.
And
That's
what's
fair.
the city's name?
Sorry. I've got.
And those were wheat fields, right?
I mean,
Rain.
grain. Just very, very abundant fields.
Okay.
Here we go. Watasato.
We got Arabic, and we've got. What is this? This is more.
Japanese
Japanese.
derivative.
Yep. Great. Okay.
Uh,
Was there any chance you could type out the names and kind of place them nearby?
yes, I will gladly.
The two spots, and then I'm gonna just spend a moment.
Oops.
Maybe I won't.
Oh yeah, this is all snapping to the grid.
It
Is is that okay?
That's fine.
And this city.
I just need to be able to see it.
Yep.
For some reason that's not working, so I'm just gonna.
How's that work? Are those both legible enough?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
great.
Well, that's the volcano. That makes more sense. I thought you were putting it over where Kimitoro went.
Oh no.
It's a weird place to put a catastrophe right in your backyard.
There you go.
That explains the ineffectiveness of my joke about Hawaii.
Oh. Ha! Yes.
There we go.
Thank you. That makes more sense now. I did not, in fact, understand your joke.
Turn.
And then I got
Still
more.
going?
I had 25 points to use. Oh god, I lost it. I'm sorry. Actually, if Chris wants to jump in, and I can jump back once I find the rest of my list here. Sorry. So that we're not sitting.
If it's gonna be a little bit.
It might be a couple minutes because I'm trying to find it.
Okay, Chris. Go back to.
All right. Kick off this new age with a great event. And I'll describe the event and you tell me where my limitations are. So there will be a font of a magical explosion from the great city of D and where did I write it? D Kenti, that can be seen all over the world. And what's happening is the barriers of the material plane and beyond are breaking down and bleeding together, where magic now spills forth from it and seeps into the land. And Dieth Kenti is then elevated beyond the material plane a bit.
This city.
Okay.
And so that, yes, up
So
on
this
the
is a what, catastrophe you're saying, or an event?
event. It's basically like the magic is now spilling forth from like out of reality into the surrounding land.
Okay.
And with this great explosion, my avatar will also command my race of people and tell them to go forth for their uh, for their Rasarais chosen and are to uh, go out and civilize all of creation.
Yeah.
Civilize them, huh?
And that will be 8 points.
And that's your turn?
Yes. And
Okay,
that
yeah.
puts me back.
So I need to make sure I have the city again real quick. Some of these
I
are too...
updated my map.
Yeah, some of these spellings are a lot to keep up with when there's so many intricate ones here.
Yeah.
What is this one?
We learned from the best.
It's a taste of your own medicine.
But I only throw like one or two at a time, guys. Come on.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
What's this one? Dieth Kente? Okay.
The map, or are you doing that?
What?
Are you adding it to the map? Do you want me to?
If you can, that would be helpful. I'm adding it to my document. Dieth Kente, great explosion of font of magical land. Barriers seeps beyond. Dieth Kente now resides between planes. Okay. All right. Sorry, is that the rest end of your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Spencer, did you have anything else?
Yes, I found my other stuff here.
Okay.
So then the first next thing I'm gonna have is I'm going to do create order within
Okay.
the right here, coming out of Kimatoro, and it's going to be as with the order of the beacon. This order is the Rift Walkers.
The Jinshi is the Rift Walkers.
Yep, and they were established in order to further investigate what's down here. What's all this then?
The
There's
World Throat.
There's a lot of magic in the World Throat, but what's it all about? So what they do is they're making their way down there to figure out what's
Okay.
happening. And then last thing is I'm going to do Advanced City. Yes, Advanced City. And Advanced City, let me make sure it's what I think it is. Okay, and it's in Kimatoro again. And
Okay.
what they are doing is they're advancing, and they're going to have a grand market, a bazaar, and it will always and forever be the greatest bazaar, the most bizarre.
Great. Okay.
And that now I'm out of turn.
Okay. Great. And just so you're all aware, if you forgot, The second age, each round is roughly 100 years. Okay, it's much shorter than 500 now. Still a long time. Trav, you're up.
All right. Well, I think those guys might find something on their journey down to the forest. Because I'm going to the first thing down here in the Farjaka Forest. We're going to, as you said, there's a lot of magic going on in that crevice and things like that just flowing into it. We're going to create race. This is where I'm going to make what I kind of mentioned of like a insectoid bug-like race, where they, in general, there can be like a lot of variance between them as well. Like they could be like a praying mantis, a scorpion, like a lot of stuff. Mechanically, I'm sure it'll be the same. But yeah, there's just like diversity is a big thing about them because they're just kind of from all kinds of types of bugs. But yeah, they're humanoid size. Some might have an extra set of arms, but that's not a. But yeah, they probably use wood if they're bugs and stuff. But and then so yeah, they'll basically out of the earth, out of the ground. There is where they're coming from. I was just realizing that I had made like a list of different like attitudes and things like that that I was going to kind of like randomize to give them for like attributes of them because I had their main thing. So okay, that seems fair. So we've got they're kind of perceptive, which isn't super exciting, but yeah, they're very watchful and let's try that one. Or no, that's before I randomized. Okay, and also shy, I guess. They're a little secretive and they'll might try to hide from things and stuff.
I think that's kind of neat, kind of
Yeah.
fitting. Do they have a name? Do you have a name for the race?
Oh yes, that was. Oh yes, I actually do have a name for them. Their city I'll have to come up with a second, but I was gonna call those the. I thought about just calling them like kin or something like that, but I got a little bit more than that. I got like all kin, which is both like all because they're kind of diverse like that, but also like it's spelled AWL.
AWL.
KIN.
Okay.
So yeah, the all kin. Oh, and then let's.
Was created by Ozicho. Okay.
These.
I need to write
That
down
was
some of these.
for. All right. Yeah. I guess that'll be some use of my other points then. So we will do. Um. We'll command the avatar that's kind of been like most of that first age, like after it made the Kaijaka, just kind of like hung out with them in the misty island caves and stuff because I kind of forgot about it, so it was just kind of hanging out. But now it's as to kind of maintain balance, as this was kind of an earth thing, and we're gonna bring some water into it. I'm going to make command the avatar to make a city, but I was kind of thinking of it having a lot of like water. Like I'm thinking of like in these big tall trees and stuff that are down there, almost like a hammock with like a big bubble like water inside kind of thing. Like it wouldn't be perfectly spherical. I'm picturing more of like a oblong thing, but it would have like water there, and the city would kind of be built around that. Like these guys aren't aquatic creatures, so they wouldn't necessarily. But it would provide like source of water up in the in high up in the trees and stuff.
Of the Farjaka forest.
Yeah, I should draw a thing.
So the rain. You would probably say the rains. It fills up this water so that they never, because they're secretive, because they're shy, because they don't want to leave. Many of them don't want to leave their homes. It's not a very secret city. Like many of them will leave their homes, but this civilization they like to keep to themselves, and so why would they ever leave if they don't have to?
Mm-hmm.
Many of
yeah,
them,
and
so
having,
they have the water source. I think that's cool.
yeah, and
It could
having
be
a,
large. Like,
yeah, exactly.
oh,
It's a big thing.
would it just be a singular, or would it be multiple of these?
Yeah, I guess I could see. Yeah, multiple would probably be cool because I was kind of thinking singular at first, but yeah, like since they're not in the water, it would kind of make more sense that they're almost like a bunch of dewdrops and stuff around there and
Yeah.
everything. Um, and then I was also thinking of like random like specializations in terms of like what they would kind of go towards. I wasn't necessarily planning on doing it right away, but I rolled one that was kind of interesting. So I'll spend another 5 points to uh, have them kind of specialize in, and or at least advanced civilization in writing, like in terms of I don't know, like could be I don't know creative writing, nonfiction writing. I don't know exactly what type of stuff, but just like they are avid writers and kind of like recorders and stuff. They're not exactly like out for tons of information, but they're doing some writing. Because that was a few more points.
Okay.
Oh, and here I also made a gimmick chart, and I rolled a thing, and it was this option was like a very strict carnivore or herbivore. So we're gonna say that they are like herbivores, like exclusive. Like they're like, no, don't give me no meat.
Okay.
Just like adding a bunch of little random.
Do you have a name for the city?
The city, that was the part that I did not quite have. So we've got some parts here. Do you want me to just message you in like a couple minutes?
Sure. Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't miss it in
Yep.
between turns. So,
Yep.
yeah, and I did catch your edit to the name, Michael, and I've been trying to keep up with everything else. Okay. Does the volcano have a name?
Oh God, no,
Mr. Hot.
no, because no one has actively settled close enough to it to bother naming it. So once someone settles close to it, they can
Go
name
ahead and
it.
name it. Whoever.
Actually,
Great.
it's probably going to be the Long Boys. I forget what they're called.
Mr. Hot.
The what's that race that you made that you said was around here? I kind of forgot they were fucking there.
Dragonkin.
No,
Alkin.
the ones that get born elsewhere and find their way home.
Oh,
Jim Chi.
Farborn.
Farborn,
Were
thank
they in
you.
the desert?
The Long Boys,
Yeah.
you know.
Farstriders, Fireborn,
Yep.
Long Boys.
Well, let's see if the Farborn do anything this turn, or if another race will come out. Keith, assuming Trav, that's your turn.
Yeah, I got a name there. Vesipla.
Great.
Gesundheit.
You're up,
That's a
Keith.
good one.
Alpis.
So, as I was sitting here, over here on this continent, way down here with the reef, Keef by the reef, but I was thinking about making a new race over here, because why not? So anyway, there's this big old shine of light that comes from the north, apparently. So these guys kind of come out and they're suffused with light, and different colors, different ports on their bodies where it kind of flares up. But they claim to be descended from the beacon itself. These folk who are called the let's see, how do you pronounce it? The Ainin, as such. I'm also going to be doing. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was finishing typing something. So you're creating race.
Yes.
And this is a race of what are they like?
Luminous beings, medium height. They tend to have shifting features on their face. Sometimes they have more humanoid faces. Sometimes they become more like snouts, kind of aimless. But the Aenan, they also, I'm going to command them to found a city. Let's see, that's something.
Where did they spawn from?
The middle of the island, right in
Which
there.
island?
So, with the reef.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gonna
do that right here. So right there, and then Guns command race to. Actually, I should finish up talking about the Union. Their
Please.
main thing is that they have a very short lifespan. They're the mayflies of the world. Usually about 20 to 30 years is how long
Yeah.
they live. And when they die, they have so much unstable magic within themselves that when they die, their bodies, several things might happen. Their body might become an item. It might become a building. Might become a construct, or the body itself might split into 3 to 5 new beings to carry on new lives.
Beams.
Beings.
Bees.
Bees!
Beans. Do we end
I
up
made the
next?
bee people.
No,
Anyway,
you made hyena
so-
people.
but so
Added those to Hero Forge.
they also have kind of a burning desire to populate the land as much as possible. So they might move beyond this island, go on over to other places. We'll see what happens. So also going to command race to found the capital city, kind of right there in the middle. Because I am shameless, I am going to call it Itaic.
What's that mean?
Why does that make you shameless?
Let's see.
Because it's his
Oh.
name, but backwards.
Oh,
Lame.
So at this point, yeah, that's going to be what we're doing.
Okay.
And then 10, got 8 points left.
what's that race
Point.
purity level?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. +1, -1, 0.
0 for the time being. We can bend them however we wish.
+1, -1. Boring.
Okay. Hold on. Yeah, this was created by Reese,
Breeze.
and then Luminous Race,
Hey Travis, where's your
and Purity is 0.
0.
Okay. Ozicho, or the Alkin. What are they? What's their Purity?
Come on.
+1.
Put it in one of the chats, and then we remember.
+1.
I just
The Shujama, what were they for Purity? Were they -1?
They're -1.
Thank you. I had them. Llama subrace. Okay, I think I actually. This makes sense. I had that written down just in a different cell.
Mhm.
There we go. Okay. And then I take this. And just so you're all aware right now, the Dragonkin are -1 corruption.
dicks?
They are kind of all in it for themselves, savages, but they aren't like they will work with others when necessary, but
They're not
they
beyond
are
redemption.
No, they're not. No, it's not uncommon to see some that are good and see the benefits to working with civilized people. They are dicks in society. Like, they will fuck you over if it means they can get ahead. Okay. Sorry, Keith. Good. Continue.
Yeah, so I got 8 points left.
What's Hitaic like?
Hitaic is a strange place. It's filled with kind of haphazard buildings placed here and there where random people might have croaked, but otherwise it twists. It's filled with interesting passageways, and based on the desires of the people. One thing I should mention about the Hyenan, halfway through their lives, they get a sense of the kind of thing they want to be, or how they want to carry themselves forward. So they might think about their function by the time they die. So by the time they die, they are able to kind of place themselves as needed. They might even hold on to their power a little bit until other people are able to tap into it. But yeah, Itaic is it's got all the main functionings of a city, and they might be trying to make sure they can extend their lifespan at some point. But a little bit chaotic, but endlessly fascinating for people who visit. We'll wait for Jake to catch up.
I'm good.
Cool. Okay. So I got 8 points, but I can also do an event.
Party.
Party.
It
I'm
must
actually
be
going to go ahead.
points.
I'm actually going to spend that on advanced civilization for Illa Fortis up here.
Oh,
We are going to, let's see if this works. We can give them the ability to limited ability to create something with music.
what does that mean?
So they can play a song or play some sort of music, and for a temporary amount of time, they can create some type of alteration in their environment.
So they
It could
have
be
music magic.
music magic,
Illusion or
conjuring, more like. Not necessarily pulling from
Gotcha.
a plane, but to
Yeah.
make manifest.
Conjuring through music.
Leaves me with 3 points. And I think I'm done.
Yeah. Holy wow. Let's call it a day there. That was a long
Yeah,
100. That was a busy 100 years.
Just
All right.
ripe for the growing.
Yep. We're not going to waste any time. Thank you for adding Vesipla there,
Yeah.
Trav, and thank you for adding Attack. Keith, I'm assuming you're doing it when I say. If someone else is doing it, I thank you. Okay. I think we are ready to continue, though. So,
All right.
I'm not going to interrupt with anything. No Game Master action, so roll power.
Yeah.
Did mine go through?
Not yet.
Yeah.
It will.
Gosh
Oh.
dang it.
Poor Michael.
Okay. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. If anyone disagrees, I'd be willing to grant Michael a few extra points this round because
Just give him a mulligan.
that's I'll give you a mulligan if you'd like.
Much appreciated.
You should let someone else roll your mulligan for
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Do you want to take the first roll?
On a strict advantage, you can choose what you want.
I'd be willing to let him keep both rolls.
I'll stick with 10 right now.
Okay.
And if your rolls continue to be poor, the next round I'll toy with the possibility. Okay. 10, 9,
There's
6,
that
10.
fine line between, man, I feel really bad, he really deserves a reroll, and man, this pure chaos is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trav, you rolled for 9. Okay, there it is. Gosh, it's in line, so it's all messing me up. I
Apparently
don't
that
see it.
throws people off. Yeah, I guess the fact that I just said
Yeah,
something
you-
before.
Yeah.
Him doing his inline stuff throws me off every time because I'm looking for the
As long
fifth,
as I can find it, we're
the
okay.
fifth block.
Okay. So mark off your power if you have not, and then roll for initiative.
6.
Initiative.
Nice round 6.
6 for Spencer.
Sure.
Got 8 for Chris. We've got 4 for Keith. We've got 11 for Michael. Now he's on a roll. And we've got 8. Trav. Okay.
Sure, the one time I wanted like fast initiative is when I finally don't get it.
Yeah, right. Okay. Trav and Chris, do you have a preference? Who goes first?
I will let the ocean go first.
I will deal with that.
Okay. All right, Michael, you've got a good roll. You're up.
Okay.
Round 9.
Fight.
So I've got 14 points that I'm going to use here. The first thing I want to do is command the other sub race, the Ulhakma, or the wise ones, the ones that are more inclined to responsibly using information. to found a city, but I'm not entirely sure yet. But I'd like to ask a question that may or may not have it. What's going on here again? This is like a misty mountain. Is that
Yep.
right? Up at the top?
That's right.
Was there anything more
Yeah.
about that? I don't remember. That was like one of the very opening moves.
Yeah.
It is a lone mountain. That's it. Lone mountain, mist covered,
Okay.
quiet. This area is relatively untouched, which means there can be a lot of mystery there. Should you all choose to leave it untouched and just focus on expanding the two main continents, but it also gives you a lot of freedom to do with what you will. Do with it what you will. You can have a lot of impact there, uninterrupted.
What's this little thing here in the middle of the forest? That little. Is that anything in particular?
Which forest?
I'm down in the southeastern corner.
That is a plateau that the rivers flow into underneath, and then the waters go up into the plateau to the top and resides up there in a pool.
That's perfect.
Yep.
I can't think of a better place to situate the city for the Ulhakma. And so they're going to situate their city atop that plateau.
What action is this?
Command race.
Command race.
Found a city. I'm going to zoom in so I can get the detail. Find their detail.
City.
Here. We're going to use the thin.
And that's a jungle-like area, just so you're aware.
And it's very cold.
Yep, cold jungle.
Plateau.
Like very cold, like uninhabitably cold?
No, just like pretty much freezing. Like you're kind of would feel like the water would be frozen, but it's not. But yeah, it's chilly.
Like late fall in northern Minnesota?
Or maybe southern Canada?
Yeah, but that is cold there, if that matters at all to you. But
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, they can be adapted to it, or
absolutely.
They're kind of like constructs, but not really. I mean, maybe in their original form, but so they might have some environmental, resistance to, or at least resilience. So yeah, I like the idea of having them on this kind of wondrous upflowing river on this plateau in the middle of a cold jungle. Sure, that seems appropriate. So I'm going to go ahead and put the city here.
You're putting it on the plateau?
Yeah, like on top of it. And the name of the city is Kutub. And I'll write it here.
City in the jungle on top of. Create a city named Kutub. What was this city? What was the race for this? It's the Ulama, but you said it was a sub race.
Yeah, the derivative. So here's in my mind how all this is working is that the Ulama were like the proto species that Il made, and then as the Ulama were out in the world exploring and gathering information, then the events of the beacon and the god kind of there were some among them who are interested in who started to deviate from their original task, and those are the playable sub races.
Were they created on the same terms?
Well, we just created one and then used the idea would be that the base template would be this group, and that the sub race would be the other group.
No more of the original, or
Well, they're there, but I don't. They're not playable. Is kind of how I'm thinking. They're just kind of like a proto species that serves as the archetype out of which are derived the playable versions of it. Does that make sense?
It does now. It just took me a bit to get there. Derived from.
Because the proto species would be really boring to play. They have no agency. They're just absorbing information.
But they're part of the world. Yeah, that's
So
like
sorry, I didn't have the notes for this, or if I do, they're somewhere in the first age. Can you just tell me a little bit about the Ulakam?
Yeah, the Ulhakam are so when the beacon came, so for eons, the ulama had been engaged in Ilm's work, which was to be out in the world collecting information, compiling, collating, and all of that activity. The beacon comes, and slowly over time, its magical forces do the unheard of. They exercise influence on some of the ulama and who begin to develop a sense of curiosity, a desire to know and understand, or to seek out in ways that they weren't, well, let's say, programmed to. And that's when that the god Sapites also stepped in to kind of nudge them even further in that evolutionary path. And so you had these two groups that emerged from the ulama, who one, the ones that I was talking about before, the Shuzmaya, who are more concerned with taking knowledge, hoarding it, and using it to their benefit and to create power.
Yeah, we know about them.
And then now this other group, the Ul Hakam, who are more concerned with the responsible use of knowledge and pursuing endeavors related to learning, understanding, and wisdom. Does that make sense?
It does. The
Okay.
complexities in names and I think make it challenging to keep straight.
We can revisit
but-
those if it makes it easier for people.
No, I think we're going to be okay from here. Okay. So create a city named Kutub on the plateau. Have anything to say about Kutub?
I see it as kind of like a monastic library almost. Like it is very much about learning and teaching one another, and also builds off of the the idea of knowledge and pure knowledge and collecting knowledge, but with the additional angle of learning about it and knowing what it, finding meaning and um, understanding the way that knowledge can be put to use for various ends in the world. And so it's very much like a library as well as collecting knowledge. It also has works um, and teachings related to using that knowledge. And so I guess I think I'm just kind of thinking of it abstractly as like a monastery / library of sorts.
Okay. Great.
And a place of learning. So that was command race, right?
Yep.
So I need to make sure I chart
You
my
had
points.
what, 13 points or 12 points?
14 total. So that's one thing that I'll do. And then the next thing that I'll do is back up in the Zogvarth cluster, which is kind of like a fungal grove or fungal forest. I think, Jake, you kind of inspired me a little bit with the way you're talking about a portal opening and refugees flooding in. And I had thought about this forest kind of emerging also as kind of the extraplanar or extra dimensional influences emanating out of the Mektuba probably gave rise to this peculiar and strange place that also itself, the Zogvarth cluster, um, has some connection points with the Feywild. And I think I can imagine emerging here a species or a race of myconid sorts, a fungal race that would be fun to be as a playable race if we can figure something out for that.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I will ponder the name. I don't want to get stuck on figuring out the name. I don't have one yet, but they will kind of emerge in that area, the Zogvarth cluster. So that's create race.
If you want to keep it simple, the name Myconids, since we all know it, we know what they kind of are, but I'll leave that up to you as creator of the race.
He's afraid. Look at this, guys! I've done it. I've made Jake afraid of my naming conventions.
Man,
made a name that
when
we can
you
remember.
started putting down your race names, I thought to myself, I am never going to say those words out loud.
We can tweak them, or I can make them more pronounceable.
Hey, man, you do you.
But tweak them?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's call them all Tweakums.
You create what you want to create. It'll all fit in the world. It's all working. It just I recommend what's going to stay with you when you're picking stuff out. Shorter names, but yet there's something to be said about the complexities of it all and the depth to it. That lends itself to feeling like a unique world.
And I gotta say, I thought someone was just testing out the text box tool with this. Because originally you wrote that name and it was up here in the ocean, and I'm like, oh, someone just figured out how to put text down. And then I looked closer and I'm like, oh wait, no, that's his city. Never mind.
Oh no, that's it.
Okay.
I am not trying to sway you to do anything
absolutely.
else, Michael. You keep doing what you're doing.
It's all good. It's all good.
I just have to keep taking notes.
Well, I'm hoping to have a whole source book for you, whole
Good.
setting guide.
I hope so.
Whether it's 20 pages to 100, I don't know.
Well, I think I can do this in the same turn.
Okay.
If I use all my remaining points. Let's do this. I think that it would probably be, so I'm going to command the race, that new race, the Myconid race. So that's another 4 points, which we'll use up. Yep, that'll be it's exactly 14. But I'm not sure I think that command race to found a city would be the right action here. But what I'm imagining is that probably at some point I'm going to build out this fungal forest a little bit more. And what I'm kind of imagining is at the heart of this fungal forest is a cavernous descent into an underworld realm, and it's in that area where they will found their city, and like an underground or an under a cavern, a city in a cave, basically, but deep.
Yep.
Would that possibly be in one of the caves of the Kajaka?
Oh, maybe.
The Kajaka mainly settled around here. Oops, I have the wrong tool open. So done. Don't mind me.
I didn't know if they had cavernous areas that they burrowed through.
Yeah, I just watched like the new Godzilla, like King of the Monsters last night. I didn't
Because
realize
it's on HBO.
how like literally I had kind of built the things like with the
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, they've got the hollow Earth theory and all this stuff kind of going on.
I would say after all these years in the world, and they haven't really done much destruction or catastrophes, they've just kind of they've existed, and to many people, they don't exist. They might just be myths. They probably have tunnels everywhere. So yes, it could be a tunnel up there at some point. I'd say okay.
Yeah, I like the idea too, because that implies that maybe it could be connected to a vast undergroundy network of caverns and such. But so I'll think of some names for both variants on Myconids and the name of the city. But I think what I'll do, if that's all right, maybe I'll just mark it.
Mark where you want the city, and then we can drop the name in when you get it. That's just fine.
So we'll put that. We'll put that city right there. If I can.
It's hard to see.
Manipulate it now. It's hard to see, isn't it?
Yeah, if you make it a solid circle instead of the outline, that would help.
How do you do that? Is that
I just color it in.
You can color it in, or when you do draw shape, you where the checkerboard is, add a color there.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay, I'm done. So I'll work on those details here while it's between turns.
Trav.
All right. I've got like all the like kind of randomly rolled things of what I was doing. Oh, I gotta pick an area too. Let's see. Well, instead of doing that, I've been like kind of like rolling on like the balance thing, and I was like, hey, I've been a lot of times when I get the exact same points I had like the last round. I had that again, so I was like, I could do the exact same things as last time. But I'm thinking I'm gonna create another race. Let's see. Yeah, let's put him in my. I don't know. I kind of want to do the reefs again. Let's put him in the coral reefs with down here in the south. We're gonna make some shark people. Um, is the idea? Um, I am going to be working on the name as I'm talking through the description and stuff. But I kind of rolled for those kind of random things. So I've kind of got like a positive and a negative like thing. So they're really generous. They're like willing to share and kind of do stuff like that. But they're kind of emotionally on like kind of the extremes potentially, like where they could be really excited, really happy, but really angry, just like kind of extreme in that. They've kind of got a specialization in like hunting and stuff. I don't know for sure. We put them in there. Let's advanced civilization for their hunting is um, quite good. And then I'd roll like for like another like random gimmick or random thing. So they've got like a heightened normal sense, and I was like, I'm not just gonna make it like smell or something you'd think for a shark. So I rolled that and got touched. So they're like really. I was like, how would that work? But I'm thinking of like, and with the hunting thing of the like that you like hand to the ground can kind of like feel movements, and in the water they can just feel the kind of motions and currents and what that means, and just kind of use that. Um, and then now here is the part where I do a bit of a
Is that name okay, Trev?
what? Street sharks?
Oh. Stretch
That's
Sharks.
Stretch Sharks.
Sharks.
Stretch Sharks. It's Swedish, actually.
Yep. Okay. Is this myceloids? What's their corruption? Are they corrupted? Purity? What's their purity?
For Travis's or mine?
Let's go the myceloids quick. Do you know yours?
Zero.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking 0.
Okay, that's fine.
Similar to other things, it's like could go either way. We'll see how it goes.
No, gods. All the other gods could sway some of these races, make them a little bit darker, or purify them. You know.
Go with that for a name, Troska.
Troska. Please tell me these are Russian sharks.
No, you said Swedish.
The big hat.
To Swedish. I've got like a big list of like potentially interesting words, and then I'm just translating them to random languages and seeing which ones look cool.
That's fair.
Was this interesting word shark?
No, it was thresh. Like a thresher shark is why it was in there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and then
and so this was Ozicho that made them?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to.
Okay, and then you advance civilization to hunting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have the avatar, yet again, kind of create for them a city, because then I feel like that's an excuse to make like a slightly more fantastical city, or like that's why I came up with the bubble city before.
Sure.
But we're going to basically, so this is like the plateau here, and we're going to have it kind of like inside of that, like kind of like hollowed out and kind of, but also with
the hollow earth is real.
like windows and stuff. Even it's not just like, oh, you go inside and then it's all in there, but like let's put some like we'll have some thin membranes of whatever that you can see through the sides, but still has like kind of the holes and stuff around it. So like basically the whole pillar is kind of a city, and we will pull a word for the name of that as well. Let's go with yeah.
And you remember that this plateau, it's not above water.
Yes.
It's just below like the surface, like knee deep under the water. Okay.
Making fun of me or just reminding me of the thing. Yeah. And we'll go with that for the name of the city.
The whole thing is a city.
Which is
Tander.
Is there a race? Is there people that live in that city yet?
Yeah. Chotka.
Yeah, the shark people. I haven't done much for making cities before there's races in it, like other people have, but which is cool. Like that. But now I'll put the label on it.
Here is a city.
This is the plateau. Okay. And then we have Darkhall. The myceloid. Underground city. That's a nice name, Michael. I like that name.
Well, I'm afraid now because I don't want to make names that are going to make things that are going to be resistant to playing with them.
Myceloid.
What?
Just makes me think of mushrooms.
That's what they are.
I know.
I also can I add the note too that I think of them as like Fey-touched myconids or Fey-touched myceloids because of the Zogvarth cluster.
Yeah, that kind of place.
Yeah.
Was that your turn, Trev?
Yes.
Yes, you're up.
All right. Well, I will first man race to create a beautiful city. Right there.
Where's right there?
Green dot.
I don't see a green dot yet.
Give it like a direction. Okay.
There it is. Okay. Right. Command race.
It's a nice city. It's a nice spot for a city.
It is.
Be a shame if I was going to use it, and I'm going to have to kill your people and take your city.
What about this city?
There's a beautiful city by the bay. There seems to be a bazaar nearby, and this would make a great port city for civilizing the people of the world and bringing them music.
Or trading with the Shinji? No. I don't remember.
Jinshi.
Jinshi.
If you want to talk.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it's pronounceable. It's 2 syllables, man. Just got to get them in the right order, and I have that problem.
So that is...
And that was your race?
Oceana?
Yep, Oceana. Actually, Oceana is better. I like that.
Because, yeah, you had an I suppose that's on.
Yeah, that's going to be an A. Oceana.
I don't know how to edit text. I've only figured out how to delete it.
I got it. You got to click into it.
Okay.
Protesting me right now. Okay. Okay.
Who's here? Is this another Diende city?
Yes.
Keith, are you in Darkhall?
And then
I'm just role playing. I'm a fun guy.
Haha.
Keith. Strike 2.
Yeah.
Noted.
We're playing. It's lucky we're online right now because I have a feeling that there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hands reaching out to throttle you right now.
I'm already killing myself with cookies, so
You know what?
all good.
And I'm going to also advance city. Ila Fortis.
Okay.
And they will be advanced in magic.
City is getting all the goods.
Cradle of civilization.
Yeah. This is a big city. But the Diende are the main ones there. I guess there's probably some Dragonkin there now.
It's
Some
a
of the Ulhakam.
it's a port city. I could see it has a mix, and it's not too far from the Mektoba. I'm assuming there's many of them that visit.
And the Jinshi are definitely making themselves present everywhere.
This is good. Okay.
It's very, very hard to get to the Mektoba, and you might go crazy if you visit it.
Oh, I'm not saying they're visiting it. I'm saying the Mektoba, your scattered race of people are probably there.
Probably here. Okay.
The Mektobians.
I like
There's
that.
a lot to do. Okay. That's your turn?
That exhausts me. I'm gonna take a nap.
Okay. Spencer.
All right.
I have not been keeping track of this. There you go.
So the Rift Walkers, I believe is what I
Yep.
called them.
Yes, it is.
They have spent enough time at the World Throat that they've decided to settle down there. So unbeknownst to them, they're settling very close to the, I don't remember what you called them, Travis. I'm
Alkin.
sorry. Thank you. The
Yep.
Owlkins.
That was a risk I decided I was okay with.
And they're establishing a little city just down here, right along the rift. And it's not really a city too much yet, but you know.
Jinshi Rift Walkers.
And
Settle a city down near the World Throat.
I slapped
the
a city name in
Farjaka
chat
Forest.
for you.
Watasato? Is that where we're at on the map?
Down.
Nope, we're down by the
at the-
Farjaka Forest.
Next to Zakek.
Oh, down
And that's
See, look at that already. Already landmarks help.
right.
You know, help us find stuff in the world. Okay.
And these
Mattotani.
people, after spending all this time here doing, you know, away from the core of their race and much more devoting themselves to study of, okay, what is this, the sciences, or some maybe taking to religion, thinking this is a gift from God. They've definitely changed. So we're popping out another sub race here, and it's smaller, much less bulky sub race. They're getting shorter as each generation passes, and probably taking on something from all the magic. Obviously, that's being absorbed in their day-to-day lives. And so we've got this lovely, slightly more elegant sub race of cats. And I found this picture, which
I think I remember when you found that, or I don't know where we were when. Yeah.
I don't know. It probably got posted in the other chat at some point.
You're in the Discord?
I posted it in the Discord, yes.
So this is a
No,
sub
I
race.
shared that one.
You shared it? Okay. I was like, I know I saw it somewhere, but... So, you know,
Right.
A smaller, much less physically, obviously, imposing. And as time goes on, they get, like, shorter and shorter. So, like, we're talking practically maybe, like, dwarven height. Like,
Okay,
you know,
they're still medium-sized creatures.
they're still medium-sized creature, yes. Okay. But, like, at the lower end of medium-sized creatures, as opposed to their origin cousins who are at the higher end of medium-sized creatures. So
what are they called?
They are. Oh God, I lost it. Hold on. Sorry. Where is it? Ah, here we go.
Madoshi.
The Madoshi. The Magi.
Nice. Nice.
And they took on the name from the settlement as opposed to the other way around. The Madoshi from Madotani.
That's fair. Like you go there, you make the city, and then as
And
things change,
as
like,
yes,
why
as
don't
the
we start
people that
calling us?
kept having families there and kept devolving or evolving, whatever way you want to look at it, they just kind of took themselves as a separate entity at that point. So yes, the Madoshi from Madotami have been established.
Okay, so you created a city and you created a subrace. Do you have anything else to do?
No, not this turn.
Okay.
And I'm sure that they will have a long, productive friendship with the treetop people once they meet them.
Cats and bugs living together. Never thought I'd see the day.
Madness.
Don't know why that's a neat thing. Hey there, Darkman. Ah, blinding.
I know, right?
Yeah, you're up. Keith,
All right.
you're up.
I am up. So we're gonna shape land right
Where
down
at?
here by Katub. We're gonna add a mountain again. So I'm gonna do this thing
More mountains.
down here, and we're gonna put a lot of clouds right over here. And
In the water.
that's my yep, right there by the water. There's a purpose for this though, because following that with up with that, I'm gonna spend 7 more points using all my points on an event.
Okay.
And this mountain, the Misty Mountain to the north, and the volcano are going to share ley lines.
Oh.
And maybe, just maybe, within that area, that triangle, there might be a greater concentration of magic.
Oh, I missed one. Where's the third one?
The volcano.
The volcano.
Ah,
Kano's the one up to the north, and then this guy.
Is this one to the south like frozen, or is it also misty?
Cloudy,
Cloudy.
is it
Ah, yes.
off?
like Mount Fuji.
Or is it actually in that square off the coast? Or
Off
is
the
that
coast, yes.
Came
I
out
don't know
of
if
the
you're having
water.
drawing difficulties like I do in terms of where your arrow is and where it
Right.
actually is drawing.
Yeah. It's still connected to the land, but yeah, it's just on the coast.
Ah, yes.
The reason for this-
3 forms of water: mist, clouds,
Right.
and lava.
They share ley lines. They share it with the volcano.
Especially refreshing on a hot summer day.
Right?
Right. Riz was looking upon the city of Kataba and he was thinking, oh, this is good shit. I'm gonna add more to the fire here.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Kutub.
Wait, what was adding
Kutu.
more? Oh, just adding more down there?
Yeah.
Was adding more to the fire? Okay.
Why do you want to add a eye to the city after I've written it down? What's wrong with
Sorry,
you?
because you didn't write in pen. Because I don't want it to look too much like Tinder.
Now it looks like Tangiers,
Tangiers.
like a lion. What?
Here.
The Langoliers.
Okay, this is good. All right, so Tangier. Gotta make sure I have all the cities. Okay. So we have that is the end of round 9 or round 2 of the second age.
Thanks
We're
for
gonna
doing
go
all the film's work, by the way, Jake. You're a great archivist, great record keeper.
What I gotta do. Okay. Before we continue, I'm gonna let you all know the cities we have right now, and tell me after the fact if I'm missing one. The Mektoba, Ila Fortis, Port Ikar, Diath Kenti,
I don't know where that one is.
Ulhafat, Kimatoro, Wadasato, Vesipla, Darkhall, Tandir, Oceana. I'm missing Katub.
And Madotani.
And okay, I missed a couple. Sorry.
That's the
Did you say
newest one.
Hittaic?
Oh yeah,
Oh, Hittite there.
Jeez, I missed a lot here. This was good.
Oh boy.
Hittaic,
I wrote all of them up in the one chat, and I must have forgotten. Okay, Hittaic is the city of the
Italian
Ienin.
hyenas.
Madotani is
Light
the
people, right?
Yeah, the
Mado.
light short-lived ones.
Yep, the Ienins. Right, Ienin.
Yeah, however you want to pronounce it.
Yep.
Whatever's easier.
How did you pronounce it?
The Aenins.
Ienin. Okay, from the Pride Lands.
Hyena. As
It's
Spencer.
It's beautiful. I don't know if that was
The-
intentional or not.
No.
Good job. You invented Italian. I'm proud of you.
Madoshi City, and then Katub is the
Wait,
I
no.
had it.
No.
The
Madoshi is the race. Madotani is the
Madotani.
city.
Yeah, Madotani is the city. The
Yep.
Madoshi City. Yep. And then I had the Ul Hakam. I'm just gonna say city right now, but I know it's more of a monastery / library / yes.
Yeah, it's a city. It's
Yep.
city.
Okay, so we have all the cities. That's good. We have 14 cities. That's really good right now. More can be added. And then we also have.
Fleshing
gonna
out
re-
nicely, guys.
I'm gonna not count the Kaijaka, the Ulama, and the dragons. So we have the Diende, Jinshi with subraces Seishi and I missed that too. And the Madoshi.
Thank you.
Okay. We have the Ulama with the Ulhakam and the Shujama. We have the Farborn. We have the Alkin. We have the Ienins. Wait, yeah. Ienins. I forgot the N. That's just a misspelling on my part. We have the Myceloids. And we have the Shroskas.
And the dragons, or the dragon.
Dragonkin. Yep, we do have the Dragonkin.
So up to 12.
Wow, that blossomed.
The
The races.
Madoshi. There we go. I don't know why that changed. Okay, so that seems like a lot, doesn't it?
Yes and no.
But that's okay.
Well, yes, but also no.
We can absolutely have more cities, more races, whatever. Like, we should have more cities, of course, and whatever we don't fill in, I will over time. But you can keep going. We're going to keep going on the second age. So if you have more races, if you have more things, throw them out there. If you want ideas for races, if you want anything, you want feedback from me, let me know. We're going to move on to round 10. Round 3 of the second age. Roll for power.
And when we do initiative, do you want to put that on the turn order thing? That was nice. The last.
I've had the turn order up.
But it's not.
Bad roll.
It's not visible to me, at least.
Is it visible for everyone else?
Nope, I don't see the turn order.
Dang, Chris, look at that.
I don't.
No, yeah, the turn order is just a blank.
Why
What?
make that?
Keith, I think it's only +2.
Only +2.
Well, no, if he's still carrying over his bonus from the first age.
Yeah.
Sorry.
he's
Wait, I thought we said we couldn't carry over their bonus from the first stage.
Oh, I thought
You
we
could.
did. I mean,
Yeah,
I didn't
I
get
don't
any
see
from
why
the first
not.
age carryover, but
What? I thought you even exclaimed you did.
no, I carried over points, just not any bonus like the staying
Oh.
under 5 points.
Yeah, we don't get the. I thought at the beginning of the next age, the plus bonus resets.
Let me look. I got the document here.
If someone looked, that'd be helpful because I know that some people have been using that. Like I know
I don't
Keith
think
has.
it explained it, and Jake, like when we asked that at the last one, Jake was like, "I don't see why not."
That was
Well,
my
I
understanding.
Talking about points, not the bonus.
Yeah, I was only talking about the points.
Mm,
Oh.
Shoot.
not the bonus.
Yeah,
Because
I did not carry over my bonus. Otherwise, I'd have more bank.
Okay, I will decrease my current amount to compensate.
Don't do that.
Good determination.
Don't decrease. I'm just gonna give Chris more. If he hasn't, if
Very well.
if there isn't anything.
Okay. In that case, got
It just means he'll have a mega turn.
Man, I gotta say, having 25 points the first turn was too many points to have.
Yeah.
I had one turn where I had 24 and I ran out. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was the one where you rolled 2 really good when Jake gave us a bonus set.
Yeah. And
yeah,
and then ended up with too many points left over I lost my 3-point balance bonus.
And see, I was able to I spent 23 of my 25 points from the first round here, and it was like,
that's pretty good.
Well, I made 2 cities, I built a volcano, I made 1 city good at trade, and I created an order. So, I mean, it was a busy turn.
I don't think it says anything, so I might have not.
I'm gonna give Chris the extra points that he would have banked up. So this is round 3.
So you'd have gotten 2 in the extra in the first round, and 1 more than you got in the second round. So 3 extra points.
Well, no, I'd have gotten 3 because I took 0 bonus in the first round. So I'd have gotten
3 and then 2
one
more.
last round because I burnt it, so I'd have been at 5.
Yep.
And then I'd get 3 this one, so it'd be an additional 8.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to take all those.
Unless people have a problem with it. Everyone okay with it?
I would also like 8 extra points.
I wouldn't mind. I haven't been as low as Michael, but I have been consistently not amazing.
Yeah, so you and me both got a 5 this turn, Trev.
Yeah. Okay. So add those to your 11 roll there, Chris. That's great. And can you now see the turn order?
Yes.
No, it disappeared again. Oh, there it is.
I see the order. There's no numbers, but
no numbers because you all have to roll for initiative. I had to close out. I had to wipe the slate clean and then reopen it.
This makes sense. This is appropriate.
Oof.
5, Michael. No, Michael's rolling well.
Well, Chris, at least you got a lot of time to decide what to do with your points.
I was gonna say, if you want to go before me, at this point, I had like 1 action planned.
Looks like you have plenty of time, Chris. Yeah.
Can I draw out the ley lines of the map?
Let's not.
Okay.
Are they just solid lines that go straight through?
Like at the different points of the mountains. Yeah, but.
Yep. Let's avoid it just so we don't make a mess of it. I do have it written down though, and that's not gonna leave my memory, I don't think. Okay. Even if it does leave my memory, I wrote it down.
Burned. In your mind.
So, Michael, you got to go again first again.
Okay. So, the first thing that I'm going to do is so wait, what's the difference between? Hang on a second. It's one of these two. I'm not sure which.
You want to ask or?
Oh, I think okay. I think I'm going to. What's this cost? Can I afford that? Yes, I can. So I'm going to advance I'm going to advance the civilization and advance the city. I'm going to advance Qutub. Qutub is going to become I'm going to advance that city to gain expert knowledge in, well, I was going to say in knowledge, but I don't think that works. I don't know what. You already did that, Chris, with what was it, magic?
Yeah.
He did magic for Ela Fortis.
Yeah, and I don't want magic. Help me out with what the right term would be then. I want them, so with wisdom, maybe. With wisdom? I don't know.
History?
Would it be like knowledge?
I don't
I'd
know.
look for a little bit more specialization, I think.
Gnostic knowledge.
Hmm,
History? No.
can it be like with the meaning or the significance of things, or I don't know.
Philosophy?
Philosophy. Yeah, philosophy.
Philosophy.
There. Okay.
We'll say philosophy.
There.
So Kutub is going to be the most advanced place for
That's
that
great.
kind
They're gonna have a difficult time getting a job.
of expert.
Because they're overqualified or what?
And
No.
and then I'm going to advance the civilization of the Ulhakma in the same way. They're also going to be like the most expert civilization in the wise arts.
Lizards? Lizards
That's
on
it?
the coast.
Yep.
And that was Kutub.
Kutub
That
and
you
the
and what?
Kutub as the city, and then the Al Hakma as the race. I was advancing civilization and advancing the city.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot that the advanced civilization is not for a city; it's for the race.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, advanced civilization, experts, experts, and that is the. I don't remember how to spell it.
The
Hakam.
Al Hakma. So they'll be like the wise ones of our world, I guess, is the idea.
What's that spelling?
Almost. Just the invert
That's
the
nothing?
A and M at the end.
Okay, I'm gonna say that's nothing then. Okay, great. Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Great. Keith.
Yeah. So let's advance. Let's see. Maritani. We're gonna advance that city. Spending 4 points there. For that city, we're gonna
Which city?
Maritani, the cat people down here. We're gonna advance their ability to. Actually, we're gonna advance them as a civilization. We're gonna advance their ability to work with geology and understanding the workings of the conduits of the underground of the world.
So you're advancing the Madoshi, the Madoshi.
Right. That is 5 points. We have 6 points left.
Okay. Experts in geology. Okay.
So by shape land, can we create celestial bodies?
Like floating land or
Explain.
Like a moon of some kind? Or would that be an event?
Tell me what you want.
Perhaps this world has captured a lunar object that comes by once every 5 years. When it comes by, usually it's for about a week, but during that time, the ley lines are strained. They stretch. They give off even more energy. It's like the magic is being pulled from the ground.
How far away is this moon?
Probably about, when it gets close, it's about the same distance as our moon. But then at its farthest orbit, it's probably going to be about as far away as Mars or even Jupiter in terms of distance.
Okay.
Takes a
Not
while.
to put you on the spot for unused points so far, but if you want to message me that,
Sure.
that's fine to do with at no cost. Just
Okay.
because it's still the ley lines and kind of goes with your previous event and some things that could happen just from that.
Okay.
And I don't want, because it may not have much of an impact on the world itself beyond that. I want you to have some points to use otherwise.
Great.
So
Okay.
if you can message me that, but whatever else you have for points, you can still use.
Sure. I'm going to create 2 orders with my remaining 6 points. Over, let's see, by the Jinshi, by the beacon. I imagine there are some that still stuck around. So I'm going to create an order over there with the idea of, yes, with the idea that they have taken so much, they've learned so much from the beacon, that they're trying to figure out ways to give back to it. It may not come back, but that's not their intent. They want to figure out ways that the world can give back to the beacon. That speaks the god of reciprocity. So over in, let's see.
What's that order called?
I can write it down here while I'm talking. Let's see.
Doing a great job of doing 2 things at once.
I know. I guess. That's me. The other order we're going to be looking at is I'm actually going to create for the Farborn. For the Farborn, we're going to have this it's called the World's Caravan. This particular organization is composed of Farborn who want to nestle themselves further in the different races and societies that are around them so that they can become kind of almost like an informational trade route between each of the Farborn. They can share things between people, even in times of war and discord. They might be giving gifts, but they're also looking for ways to be given back. Not necessarily the same item, but it might create a sort of debt for the people that they give that to. It might even be magically bound in this way.
Keith, remind me where the Farborn are. Where are they located? Are they the ones out of the desert?
Nearby the Farjaka forest.
Okay.
But they're kind of all over the world at this point because of the nature of how they reproduce.
Yeah, they just would like join up with whoever they were kind of close to when they could.
Yeah.
Okay, is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay. Michael, you just sent me something, and there you said Ulhakam instead of Ulhakma.
Oh, I probably think
that's where.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I think that's where my confusion has been. I saw it one spelling at one place. There you go. Got it. Okay. Trav. That was Michael. That was Keith. You're up.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to create a sub race of the Allkin. And this one is going to be mostly like located. They're going to be in the Forest of Potential. And basically, this is going to be kind of a more Fey touched, Fey type version of the bug kind of people, which like a lot of the art and stuff like that like this person
Leaving the screen.
does these cool like Fey bug things and stuff like that. So a lot more kind of a flowing, less hard exoskeletons and like basically half Fey, half bug, half plant some of the times. So yeah, just like a lot more kind of a magical looking and feeling.
Do they have a name?
Yeah, I was just gonna call them, since they're kind of I was just gonna call them the Feykin. So like, cause they're from the kin.
Okay.
They're faking it.
And
Purity level.
yeah, exactly. Purity, we're gonna let's put them at -1. They're a little
Interesting.
sneaky, underhanded.
Okay.
Like pranksterish kind of.
Okay.
They are nice. They're friendly, upbeat. I did for one of the things, but they're also they're prankstery. Um, like to hide things is kind of one of their favorite things, whether it's neat or not.
Are they faking it?
They're faking it, faking all over. And then I was going to like for the other kind of random gimmick, I've got like kind of a heavy dimorphism kind of thing. Like the bugs in general are kind of a lot different, but I guess one kind of consistent difference. We're gonna say that the males are like quite a bit bigger than the females in the of these guys or something, and might have quite a bit different shapes and stuff. But that's
Okay.
that is marked it on my thing. Sub race. So I've got. Okay, that leaves me with just 5 points, and I haven't exactly thought of a thing yet. And that still leaves me with the bonus. So I'm gonna just end with that then.
Okay. Here we go, Chris. It's your big turn.
All right. Let's
Take
do.
it out.
We're gonna spend 5 points to advance civilization of the Biende for sailing.
Okay.
Then on the east coast, I'm thinking here. Oops, I need the right spot. Here, I want to create a race. A little mark here. I don't know how you want to do it. It's not a city, but it's a race. And I really like this image, and so I'm going to use it. If I got lost my picture. Scroll back and get it.
Get it.
Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Come on. Come on.
Millhouse.
That
You're
was
making a race of millhouses.
Yes.
This is the very exciting part of a stream. If anyone does tune in, is look at the photo in Discord.
Yeah.
It's not an if.
that race.
It's a when, because we have loyal viewers.
We do have loyal viewers.
One loyal viewer.
Thank you, loyal viewer.
I think you shared those before. Those are cool.
Oh yeah. And this probably shouldn't go on Twitch anyway.
No, it probably shouldn't.
So, and I was gonna call them the Erites.
Yeah, this
Will
was.
you spell that?
Harry what's?
Harry Teeth.
Harry Teats? Wow.
Erites.
Wait, were these a sub race of something, or are these like their own thing?
I was gonna make them their own thing.
Okay.
So I was gonna do a create race action for 6 points.
Yeah, you made me happy. Full disclosure, this was gonna be my last race. This like in the third age, in the second to last turn, I was gonna create them.
And you can choose purity of the race, right?
Yes.
You can.
-1 and +1.
I want them to be a +1.
Okay. Create race. The Erites. Do you want to tell us a little bit about them?
They are noble. I don't know what's over on the East Coast. I'm assuming it's plains. So noble race of the plains, perhaps.
Hasn't really been developed yet by anyone else, so we can, yeah.
They have a lot. They're very communal in nature, tribal. The dragonkin and them do not always They don't really see eye to eye. Dragonkin are mean. They're nice. The D&D that wander through, they're okay about them. All right. So my next one, it's
Okay.
my good friend Aeolus. That's how you say it, right, Spencer?
I'm sorry.
Aeolus. That's your god's name, Aeolus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Aeolus.
Aeolus. Yes, my avatar.
yes.
Wait, no. Aeolus is the god. Hokiki's
Yeah.
the avatar.
I'm just the god.
The god is Aeolus. Yes.
So the god Aeolus spoke to had a conversation with Razarai, and they gave them an idea. They didn't really clear this with their good friend. Who's the ocean god again? Ozucho.
Yes.
So
Yep.
I have a proposal. It's a proposal, and I don't know how we want to play it out, but there's ley lines just northeast of Oceana that are centered on all the 3 points that have been generated.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's right.
my guy,
Oops.
the guy had an idea to make a temple in reverence to Ozucho, but inadvertently by creating this temple, perhaps Ozucho splits because now he's been split between the land and the ocean, or she.
It.
Yes.
They.
So
see
I don't
what
know if I was gonna do a create temple as like I was wondering if having my avatar do a create city action would count, or do I need to do an event or something?
Hold on. Let me look here. Okay. Sorry, I was reading some things real quick, so I just want to make sure I'm following. You're wanting to create a monument or a city or a temple for Ozicho.
Yep.
Who's creating it?
My avatar on my behalf.
Okay. And when that happens, why does Ozicho split?
Because making it on the ley lines in the ocean in its honor created a rift within them and they split. I don't know how we want to narratively explain it, but I thought it was a cool
I would say, I'm going to say, if you want to do this, you're going to have to use the full points. You're basically rupturing a god. You'll have to do a catastrophe.
Would it be a catastrophe?
I would, in order to create the monument that goes onto the ley lines, I would say that's what you'd have to do.
All right, I want to clear this with the player. Is the player okay with me proceeding?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Like, my thought is like how that or why that would do something. I could see it like giving more power to like the ocean side, and then that kind of just throws them out of balance. And it's like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I have enough points this time. I needed to double check with the.
You need 10.
Yeah, I don't think I have enough because I just spent 6, 5, 11. Yeah, I'm short.
Like, could you just make the temple now and then like have the actual event caused by it later? I don't know. I don't know if the temple and the event were one and the same or not or whatever. I don't know.
I like this idea. All right, I'm going to proceed with creating the temple. I will have my avatar make the temple this turn, and then I will hold on. I will save up for the next part.
So you're wanting to create a city, or are you commanding your avatar to do something?
Yeah, I want to command him. So I don't know how to do this. I want to do a temple. It's not really a city, but I think it's the same type of action.
Seems fair to me. It's
yeah. I mean, you can use your avatar to command to create a city, and that's only going to cost you 1 point.
So, and Spencer, where was it at again?
It was right there. Basically, the lower left-hand corner of that square.
That one? Where
yeah,
I just did it?
Yeah, a little bit to the right of there, but that's close enough.
All right. right, this is gonna be it. This will be. I'll post it in Discord. Sorry, Twitch, because I found the picture and I really liked it. And I feel like when I dedicate this temple next turn, bad things will happen. It's like good intentions don't always end well.
Yes. I like it
Built.
because I.
Ooh.
Waste of points. I would, man. I think we're learning. We could probably rewrite these rules a little bit after this experience, don't you suppose?
Yeah, there's definitely some stuff that could use more or less clarification, but a lot of the stuff I feel like the name of the ability and like any big things, and then we can just go from there.
Yep.
I don't know, something like that. That's kind of the
Yeah, and don't
Nice.
don't forget some of the powers that you can use in there right now. The civilization ones, purify and corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Command City will get cheaper, so we might see some wars at some point. But don't forget about some of those things.
And
All right.
I got a few points. I'm not going to save a bunch over
Yeah.
for next time, but I am going to advance another city, and it will be Wadasoda. Wadasato. Is that correct?
Oh, the port city.
Wadasana.
Port city of Wadasato. I want to advance them with
Sailing? Cool.
sailing.
So you advance 2 people.
You already got. Yeah, there's one race already in sailing.
Can you not do?
No, because when you do advance, it makes them like the peak example of that throughout the world.
But
Yeah.
the difference, you can't advance a civilization to become the race that's the master, but the city, you can advance the city separately.
True, and it's the Diende that are the expert sailors, but the city.
The city of Wadasato has become like the core port.
Yeah.
The best sailing city.
If he said like this power causes a city or a civilization to gain expert knowledge of
They had the bazaar in Kimotoro. Can I advance them in trade?
Yeah.
The race is already advanced in trade.
Oh.
So
what's the complementary?
But I think
finance.
Mercantile, banking.
Free with numbers.
Banking, finance, banking.
I would argue that it's not the same thing, though.
What, trade?
Well, that if your race might be the master trader race, but somebody else could say, you could make Ulhafad the master city in trade. Like they're just not the same thing.
What about master shipbuilders?
No, I gave the city of
okay.
Kimotoro the grand market structure specifically with that, so
gotcha.
Yep.
But I understand what you're saying, Michael. You're right.
Yep. No, yeah.
So sorry, Chris, we're gonna go back. So you said finance and banking?
Or shipbuilders.
Actually, like what about shipbuilders?
Nice.
That'd be fine.
They're the best shipbuilders in the world.
Yep.
There's gonna be so many shipwrights in that city.
Awesome. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Maybe they can craft the sea spear.
Spencer.
We made a boat with wheels. It's called the land spear. So it's just a spear? Yes. Sorry, finding my list. Yes. I'm gonna make an event. And
do it.
And somewhere in yon mountains here, the people of the area, not necessarily specifically from one city or another.
Which mountains?
These mountains in the Haida Highlands.
Okay.
They encounter a young dragon, and it's injured, and they nurse it back to health, and it becomes either a protectorate or friend to the people of the region.
Okay.
I feel like that's a noteworthy event.
Injured young dragon. What type?
Okay, hold on. I gotta look up my dragon types real quick. Oh, no, not that. That's dragon. Thank you. We're gonna go with um a white dragon because those are kind of icy steppes, and I feel like that's thematically appropriate for the area.
Okay. Great. What else?
That's it. That's all I'm gonna do this turn.
Okay.
Mostly because I didn't get many points.
Sounds good.
Know what
This
you
is going to
feel.
be.
Right?
This is gonna. That's the end of round 3 of the second age. We're gonna move on to round 4. How we doing on time?
Good.
People getting tired? People want to stop?
I'm good to go.
I feel like we can at least get another round through.
Yeah.
Everyone's
I'm
good.
good
I want to
for a
get
little while
Chris's.
still, yeah.
Oh yeah, Chris.
Yeah,
So-
Chris expressed some.
Yeah.
He was mentally exhausted, which I get. So I want to make sure he's okay. But he ran off.
He went to sleep.
He went to refill a beverage. With a fine.
You know what? That's
whiskey.
actually a good call. Can I have a minute to grab a drink and to use the restroom real quick?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do
Sure.
one of those.
This is a good time to do that. Everyone take a 2-minute
Take
break.
5. 2.
This is interesting.
The second age is an age of excitement. But the
You know,
third age is where the money's at.
I think one of the things that's most compelling about this, in my mind, is how. Oh, are you there, or did you go?
I'm
away?
here. Nope, I'm still here. I left the room, so I figured I'd turn my camera off.
Oh, I got your wireless. Yeah, I think that what I'm seeing is really cool about this in terms of making a world that you will then play in is that we're gonna have. I mean, we're not gonna remember all of this. I'm gonna forget a lot of this stuff, but everybody's kind of like the master of their corner, right? And so all that information and knowledge is at the table when we're playing, and I can see that being really, really pretty powerful when we're involved in the world that we kind of created together.
Like, I'm fairly confident that regardless of what race I play as, I know what region they will have grown up in,
Right,
Or-
exactly.
or at least lived in for a while, because no, I mean, and who knows? We have a lot of second age and the whole third age left. Stuff is still going to happen.
Yep.
There's still a lot of happenings left to happen.
Oh,
So.
yeah.
Yes.
And the first stage, we were all a little more focused. Most of us were a little more focused on specific parts of the world. Well, there's definitely been more influence happening from everyone throughout now. Although everyone's ignoring this continent because screw that place.
Well, it's funny because I had all sorts of thoughts for it, but then my interest expanded. This is a pretty big world. It's also,
Yes.
I really like this map, especially as we're watching it kind of evolve. There's some pretty interesting, and it's funny because, there hasn't been a lot here, but yeah, having this whole area is kind of a land of mystery is kind of,
You could say the same about the Far East side. I mean,
Right.
there's
Yeah.
nothing over there.
There's a dead spot. There's a dead spot.
I mean, I put a race there because I was like, that's kind of empty.
Is this a city or is this just the race?
That's just the race. That's where I was gonna place them. I thought about doing a city, but I was gonna save that. I figured it'd be more.
what was that race? Oh, that's the Hairy Teats.
Yeah, the Hairy Teats. I feel like they could be more nomadic in nature.
Yes, I love yes, a nomad race. We
And
need that.
and that's I mean that's what the the
Arbor?
We
Oh,
got
yes.
that with the far
the
board for a little
Jinji
while.
are is
It's-
Yeah,
they're
we've got quite a bit of nomadic.
they're
type
they're
people.
semi-nomadic. You know, they go back still, but and they
Actually,
do
yeah.
have permanent settlements, obviously. But
The
yeah,
Far Striders are the ultimate nomads.
I think all of our races are nomadic, aren't they? Actually, now that I think about it.
I would say that my two sub races are less nomadic. These
Yeah.
guys and these guys definitely like to stick close to home. But these, the main race is going to be scattered to the four winds.
I don't know. At a certain point, I'm gonna add more cities. Like pretty much, I was figuring that Yende will take over most of the upper right,
Got to
unless
share
approach it.
shark things. Like one of my friends does some of the cooler like shark people art things that I've seen. So like I was like, hey, I remember you did this picture like a long time ago. What else you got? There's some other stuff.
I'll be back.
There's
Sure.
in like a printout thing of this person there, and also a big beastie thing. So that's an art print that I got at NanoCon a while ago from one of my friends. But yeah, that's what I was like. I want one of these shark people. That'd be cool like these guys.
I want shark people.
I didn't realize like a lot of times with shark people, they have hair, and it works. It looks fine.
I'm imagining sharks with dreadlocks. I don't know why, but
Good to do.
Sharks with Dreadlocks, the movie.
Well, wait, let me see. She did like a thing of a bunch of different like faces and styles, and I think there might be a dreadlock one. So
That's a neat character design, including the armor. I like the
Yeah.
gauntlets.
belts, classic belts.
Too many belts. What is this, Final Fantasy?
Yeah, exactly. It's a good amount of belts.
So should we do our own little mini virtual Gen Con where we just
There
play
you
board games, virtual board games, like
I
on
like it.
Tabletopia or
Let's all take
Yeah.
4 days off work and just play board games on Tabletop Simulator for 4 days plus the weekend.
sure.
Oh, I mean,
Well, 2
not
days.
like
4 days plus the weekend.
All right.
Technically, Emerald City Comic Con hasn't been canceled yet. Technically.
Are I'm expecting it too.
Well-
Are you?
Considering Rose City Comic Con, which is half the size, is 2 weeks after the Emerald City rescheduled date and got
Right.
canceled a week and a half ago. Yeah. I'm fully expecting
Honest-
it, but
Honestly, that's one of the biggest reasons why I was like, I'm not, I don't know if it's going to happen, so
Right.
I'm just going to bail
and
right
we were
now. I'm not
early
going to.
enough in all of this that I was willing to roll
Yes.
the dice on it. Like,
Yeah.
if
That's
it was being
disappointing.
canceled, if it had originally gotten canceled now and they just announced a reschedule, I'd have been like, no, at this point, I'm just planning for March of 2021 for
Yeah.
Emerald City
Spencer,
21.
that was such a lifetime ago. When we were like
It was
2 months ago, we were getting
It
ready
was
to
the
go.
last time I was outside my house. Hold on.
I'd invite you over to come visit if
You-
it made sense.
You know that I'm the healthiest person, though. I haven't
I
been
know.
around anyone.
You could co-op some games. That'd be fun.
It's been 67 days since I've stepped foot inside another building.
I'm gonna roll my power.
Jesus.
Right?
It's a lot.
Right?
Have you been?
You
Grocery
have to
order.
like groceries. and
Groceries
stuff
are being
like that?
delivered.
Oh,
I can't promise that I've been that cautious. Like I've been Aubrey and I've been cautious, but it's been unavoidable sometimes for us. So
The last few days I've been a little more bold with things, but otherwise it was like once a week or two
bold,
that I would go out.
hop, finish.
Indeed.
Let's roll power.
Did you want to add?
Brought to you by hops.
Chris, we were asking about the time.
Oh yeah.
How you're doing?
How you feeling?
Feeling
What?
pretty good. This
God
is my
damn it.
finish.
Man, I had one good roll so far this age. Oof.
Are we
What was
rolling?
your last roll? So you had a 3,
I hit
and
a
now you had
3 and
a
I got a
4.
4.
I think it was 3 turns, and then I gave Michael a reroll. So if you have another bad power roll, I'll give you a reroll next time. Okay,
4. Okay.
Spencer. Okay.
I'm just like
All right.
below average, just
Yeah.
barely.
We're on
Now
turn 4.
we roll for initiative.
I rolled another 4. God damn it.
I did too.
4 for Chris. 7. Keith. 4.
Travis, are you ready for this?
Michael.
So you get to go first.
Okay. Do I have that right? I don't have that right. I do not have that right. Let me try again.
Yikes. Expensive stuff.
Between Spencer, Keith, and Trav.
I don't
Any?
care. I get to go after Chris, so I'm good with whatever. Although maybe an extra, at least space between would probably be good.
You hear that, Chris? Travis is going after you.
So I want to go. I want to go after. I want to go at least like second in our 4s, if that's okay.
I'll go last.
Okay.
I guess I'll go first.
Okay. Well, you're gonna go third anyway, so
Well,
Chris, you're up.
First of the last.
Catastrophe strikes.
Dun
Inadvertent-
dun dun.
Okay.
At the beautiful dedication to Ozucho, we just cracked the
100. Yeah.
on the arch on the door, and the ceremonial orb of magical power is being bestowed upon Ozucho when some darkness strikes, and this orb falls and crashes, and half of it splits into the water, the larger half, and the other on land, thus symbolizing Ozucho's split between this ocean and the land itself.
Should we then be just OZ and then show?
Maybe.
OZ would obviously be the ocean one.
Some catastrophe strikes, and Ozucho is
Split in 2. Okay.
distraught. And during that time, Razarai had instructed his avatar to go forth and make another city up here.
Was there any kind of world shaking? I feel like they're probably nice pictures.
Where's the city, Chris?
Sidings is hard.
Okay. And who's the city for?
Me.
Race, or is it just another empty city for whoever happens upon it?
Because the what are they called?
Yende?
The Aratis. They don't have a city yet.
You know what? I'm gonna make the city for their. Well, I was debating it. Like, can you have for nomads? Do they need a city?
I'm like, you can maybe kind of consider an area.
I mean, a lot of nomadic people will have some permanent settlement.
They would, that they can return
That's
to.
at minimum a seasonal settlement, like, you know, in the winter they come home.
I think where the dot is, I'll make a city for them.
Okay.
You guys convinced me. I need a name though. How about this? I like this. How about this? Farwind.
Farwind?
Farwind.
Like it. I feel like the Aratis might get along well with the Farborn.
They're peaceful people. They're nomadic in nature.
It's a shame they're 76 feet apart.
Is the Earth round or flat?
It's square and flat for now.
Cave.
Is this a Mercator projection of the world?
Okay, is that your turn?
Yes.
Next up, Michael, you have consistently been at the top of the turns.
Low on points, but quick on moves.
Yeah.
I've got two things. Well, one for sure, and maybe another one. So I'll do the one that I know for sure first.
Okay.
There is an event. It is unclear what has happened. Perhaps it is simply the slow erosion over time in the activity of the ulama, or the increased activity of the two subraces that emerged from the ulama. But for whatever reason, the ulama's presence in the world has much diminished, and they have mostly relegated themselves to the mektaba, which, as a result of this mysterious event, has also somewhat fallen into mystery. Maybe it's more a question of it is largely been forgotten and fallen into maybe into legend, vague shards of memories and recollection. I mean, it was already a very inaccessible location, hard to reach physically, and also not too. I mean, it always inspired to those that would visit a sense of doom and gloom, and its bizarre structure and its seeming overlap with various worlds and dimensions. I mean, the structures itself. One of the things that I've thought of in terms of the way the Mektaba is constructed is that it is kind of an amalgam of all the types of architecture that might exist all over the cosmos. And so it seems almost irrational, the kinds of structures. I mean, think of like Escher, basically. Think of this as like a city designed by MC Escher.
My favorite MC.
And so it's always been kind of an off-putting place, and it never functioned as a city proper, or at least not in the ways that we would always or often consider it. I mean, there would be city-like activities there, but it was always in kind of a bizarro, surreal kind of way, dreamlike in many regards. But now it's just kind of existing in myth or legend in the minds of the people. It's largely been forgotten. Some people maybe even question if it really exists. And so there it lies, lost and forgotten atop the high mountain on that peninsula there.
Okay.
And the exact nature of the event, I don't know. Maybe nothing happened, and it's simply the effects of time, or maybe something did happen. I don't know. We can kind of play with that in our world as it unfolds if we want to.
I'm going to stop you real quick, just to say I appreciate the event being vague, because as I develop a campaign around this world, if I want to create mysteries for you all so that you don't know everything, I either have to go away from what you've done, or I'm adding or stuff. But if you create some of these events with mysteries, what happened to the ulama? What happened? Is the Mektaba a real place? There's some discovery there for your characters as time goes on that we can play with. That can be exciting, and then you get to see after all these years of having this world planned what it is.
Cool.
So, I appreciate it.
All right. Well then, yeah, I'm even happier then. I wasn't sure if that was going to be cool or not, but I'm glad
It
to
is.
leave just as it is there. So that's the one thing that I want to do. The other thing I want to do, I think I want to form an alliance, but I'd like to ask Spencer to maybe. I think I have. Let me look back in my notes here. So you had created a subspecies or subrace of the Jinshi that is shorter in stature, and they're named the Madoshi.
The Madoshi. Yep.
And they are, what was their, were they, did you say something about them being interested in learning and wisdom or something
They're
along those?
very much a yes. They research. They I believe someone made them good at mining
Okay.
or
Geology.
geology.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like it was something less specific than that. Yeah, geology. Um, and maybe some of them are a little bit on the religious side, but yeah, they're very much the researchy mental aspects of things.
Well, in their travels, the Ulhakma have um, come to know the Madoshi and have learned to greatly respect them and have um, established something of a learned alliance with the Madoshi. Um, and there are many pilgrimages that travel back and forth between Madotami,
Hmm.
Madotani. Is that an M or an N?
M.
Madot
Or Madotani?
and,
Madotani.
and Kutub, for example. There are
And
exchanges.
where?
Uh,
Oh,
Kutub and
that one.
Madotami. Yeah. So I'll use my action basically use command race to form an alliance between the Ul Hakma and the Madoshi. Madoshi?
Madoshi. Yep. Madotani. Madoshi.
And this is a
Already, the old Hawkma is staying in my head. So see how quick it comes.
an alliance of learning more than not so. I mean, I guess there's a political dimension to it, but I'm not thinking of it so much as an alliance of like military.
Governments. Yeah.
It's more of like we have this stuff in common, and we can share our learning and knowledge with
Hmm.
each other
Hmm.
for our aims.
Which action is this?
It's command race. I'm commanding my
Thank
race
you.
to form this alliance,
Great.
and I'm
Okay.
done.
All right. Next up, Spencer.
Me. Um. Well, in light of or in reverence of the recent exchange of learning,
Hmm.
the people of Madotami Madotami are going to, and I'm going to command city, and they're going to start building a grand school, a great campus of learning and all that jazz.
To what? To what end? Any specifics or just all knowledge?
Just not arcane
Just
knowledge, but it's it's an all it's like a state university, but it's got a focus in arcane.
yep.
They
Okay.
teach everything, but there's a lot more wizards college happening here.
Okay. Uh, sounds good. What else you got?
And we're actually going to uh, the the Jinshi are going to actually get purified +1 as they spend more time in quiet reflection and their nice travels where they're mostly on their own except for when they stop at cities. They become a little bit more introspective.
Where are the corrupted ones located, more
Those
or
guys
less?
are in Port Icar.
Port Icar. Okay, Icar. Okay,
You guys
and
ever?
then
Icar sounds better.
and then the Jinshi are the more nomadic ones.
Yep,
Then
their their
okay,
their homes are here, but they're nomadic. These are the
got it.
elemental ones, and then these are the magey, knowledgey ones.
Yep.
You know, I'm kind of nervous, you guys. The game master hasn't taken a turn yet. I feel like
He took one. He took the first turn.
It's
He
a
is-
mass extinction event.
he's
Don't
saving.
mind me. The world is building. What's going on? I don't know.
Well, that's just like, I definitely think choosing to not like be a player yourself was the right choice because just to keep track of all
Right,
this
yeah.
stuff.
For
is
one,
a
you're
full-time
keeping track
thing.
of everything in more
Yeah.
detail than.
But you say that. I say he's saving points.
I mean,
Sure.
He's doing secret GM rolls for points right now.
You say potato, I say potato. Who says potato? No, I don't know anyone that says potato. So
I
it's
say
all mute
potato.
to me.
I call it a potato.
the sausage.
What's a potato?
Is that your turn? Spencer?
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. And that's a nice story for the Jin Shi, by the way, the Purify. Instead of just choosing, oh, I wanted them to actually be good or bad or
Mhm.
something like that, and then changing them. But by taking an action for it,
Mhm.
even if you made a mistake, what's the story about them becoming
And
good or becoming
they
evil?
started out a little bit on the good side,
Neutral.
but they were
Yeah.
also like the second race.
Yeah.
There was
And
really
over
nothing
time,
to
this
be
has been a
angry
lot
about.
of years.
Mhm.
Okay, Travis.
All right. So, I have now been given a more, I don't know, an excuse to be more different, which is good. So
Did
as
you
Oz
name
Cho,
them Ozzy and Cho?
I think that's fine with me.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can confirm it in the notes. And OZ would be the water one. And see, it's a fun word, but also it's short. So the ocean one doesn't have as much to do this turn. But like in this kind of power shift where the ocean kind of took more power and kind of usurped, but it's also kind of angry about this whole separate. Both sides are kind of angry and a little bit like unstable, especially right at this point. So we're gonna do a corrupt race on the shark people, the T word thing, Troska.
Troska.
So one corruption there, and kind of in response. I don't know. Response.
This
to
is
everything.
Cho. This is Cho doing this.
Well, this is Ozzy's doing this to
Okay.
the. Well, I guess corrupting her own to have them more able to. I don't know, more willing to do dirty work. I don't know. That was my thought anyway. I guess it could be the other side corrupting them, but I like the.
Nope. This is good.
That's not what I thought, so I will go with that. But then the Earth side with Cho is going to create a sub race of the mushroom myconids or whatever the thing, the mushroom people.
Myceloids.
Yeah, the myceloids. Because that's what after you made the mushroom force, I was like, oh sweet, I can put my mushroom people there. But I'm gonna do it by splitting off a sub race. And these ones, they're basically going to be kind of a half symbiotic with plants and the mushroom kind of thing. So it's kind of almost a parasitic, but also symbiotic of um, the mushroom and plant thing. So some of them might have a little bit more mushroom to them, some maybe a little bit more plant. So it's kind of plant people, but also mushroom people. I'm gonna call them the. I'm gonna name them after the forests that they're from, and we're just gonna call them the Zogman. Zogman. Um, Zogman.
Spell that for me. XOG.
GMAN is what I've got written down at least. But you say it quick, or unless you don't. And for my kind of random flavor to them, I gave them. They're going to be -1 in whatchamacallit as well.
Okay.
Purity. And then I gave them 2 of the negative or other things. So they're kind of chaotic and also prideful and kind of haughty and like, oh yeah, we do good things and stuff.
Yeah.
I am. Let's see. Did I put the point in for this? I think I did. Yeah, we're gonna do advanced civilization. For them, they're going to be what I rolled for them was like transportation, like on land. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of picturing like almost like plant vehicles with like legs and things like that they've managed to engineer so that it can like go through trees and things or up mountain stuff. Although they're on a pretty small island to start with, because you kind of start nearby things. I guess maybe they'll at least be off like just outside of the Zogmoth, like across the ocean here, or not the ocean, but across the river. And we will have the Avatar is going to make them a city for a point. So it gives me a thing to do. We'll draw a shape to zoom in. And the city. How do I make this city cool? Squares are fine too. For the so that or maybe let's instead of Zogborn. I don't know. Is that cooler? Does anyone have an opinion
It's
about
better.
Zog versus Zogborn?
Yes, it's better.
Okay.
Zogborn
Yeah.
is better.
Thank you. Yeah, let's go with that. I was trying to think of like the name for the city.
Create city times. Oh no, you're doing command
with
avatar.
Avatar to make the city.
Create Zogborn city.
And like I guess for the visuals, I don't know. Like the other ones was like in a cave. This is going to be a really just like a big like vertical kind of mushroom built thing and like kind of ostentatious almost like we've got some bright mushroom colors and things like that going on.
Where is this? The trouble is this
A sub race of the
where?
what? Oh,
Where
Right
are we?
yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Vertical mushroom.
So there's like inside lots of pieces. So yeah.
Okay. If you want to think of a name, that's fine. You can just message.
And yeah, I think that'll be my points for that.
Okay. Last turn of the round 11, or round 4.
Right.
Keith.
Yep. Thinking all around here. Crap. That's right. Okay. I'm going to create an avatar, and it's going to be out of Farwind. This guy is not necessarily like a full avatar, but he does have curiosity. He's going to be a Marco Polo type. The guy coming out of that kind of same race. Hopefully I can do that. Let's see. His name is going to be... Let's see.
Great. Thank you, Trav.
A Trascan road builder. So he is going to become active in that area, and he wants to create the equivalent of probably something like a Silk Road. And I think I'll leave it for that. 3 points left.
You're done?
Yep.
Okay. You do have the command avatar action if you wanted, now that you have
Sure.
a Trascan, if you wanted to do anything since it's 1 point.
Sure, we can do that.
But you don't have to.
I think I will. In this case, he is going to kind of start building he's going to do what he says. He's going to start building a road. Start building a road from Farwind over to Oceana.
How many? So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It'll take a while.
Okay, so you're just going to start it.
Yeah,
Okay, if you want to sketch what the road is
sure.
in the one square, you certainly can.
Because this is the land one, right? Shape land.
Kind of. It's what he's doing is his action. There.
Yeah. And that's the end of round 4. It is 9:48. What do you want to do? Do you want to stop there? Do you want to do round 5?
I'm
And
okay
then,
with another round.
Yeah, we can do another round. See how it goes.
One more round? Okay. Go ahead and roll for power.
Power. What the hell?
Unlimited power? No.
I've
That's
consistently.
3 for you. Why don't
Yeah.
you reroll?
Yay. Mulligan.
Mulligan.
God damn it.
It's not much better.
It is none better.
None other.
I'll just say if I hadn't been getting like that 3 bonus each round, I would have been
Well, yeah.
very sad.
That I'm literally getting as much from my +3 bonus as I've gotten from my last 3 turns worth of rolls, basically.
Right.
I always have
I'm
like
going to take that.
All right.
I've had a 5,
Thank you.
a 6, and a 5.
I've had a 3, a 4, and a 4.
You haven't been doing well. I think you took Michael's luck.
I did, because the turn that his turned around is when mine dropped.
Yeah. All right.
Roll 20 bug.
Spite.
Bugs. On initiative.
Hold on. I don't like that this is showing me the total number of rounds. I want to be... Okay, round 5. There we go. Oops, I did that wrong. All right. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh, the Zogborn are also painfully ambiguous or mysterious.
But do they billow?
They won't tell you.
Travis has created 3 races. No one will ever encounter any of them.
What are they? The Zogborn or what?
They're like really like vague and ambiguous, and like to the point of like it's difficult to like conversate with them.
Like
mysterious.
They're
trying to be
practically
mysterious.
non-communicative.
Yeah.
Whew. Keeping up with all of you after I finish a turn and move on, and then we add stuff to them.
Sorry. I was
My
just
good-
looking through my 4 pages of random lists.
All right. Trav and Spencer, do one of you want to decide who goes first? And then Michael and Keith, same thing?
Trav, do you want to? Do you know what you want to do?
I don't. Well, no, I don't yet.
I can wing it.
Okay.
We'll let Spencer go, and then Trav, and then Michael and Keith. Do you know who wants to go first?
I'm cool with whatever.
Me too. Let's roll it off, Keith.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Roll be funny.
You
D20s? Not in this
Yeah.
system.
Heathens. Blasphemy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You should have rolled 2d6 at each.
You could have done 3d6. Push the limits a little.
Spencer, you're up.
Unholy D20s.
We could have rolled a D28 or a D36.
Whatever you want.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. Be thinking about your turns now that you have your points and everything.
I'm gonna say that the. Sorry, gotta look at these. The Seishi. While out exploring, they find this. You can tell me if this you want this to be a event or what. They stumbled across in the Foundling Woods general area. They come across ruins that shouldn't necessarily be there.
An
Like
event.
a long abandoned city.
Where is that?
In
Ping it again?
the Foundling Woods, somewhere
Love it.
in there. While they're out by boat, they find some ruins that just are they're either too pristine or too full of a city for there not to be anyone. And if that's vague enough for you,
It is.
okay.
I'm going to add robots.
Under the desert,
Moon robots.
right
from the-
there.
16,
We'll leave one of our friends there and never see them again.
Good. Can I turn to stone while we're at
You can.
Again?
it?
That'll be 3 campaigns in a row.
Wait a minute. Wait. Second camp?
I mean, your arms turn into crystal, which is basically just fancy stone.
That's true. I am crystalline stone. You know what? We need to stop this trend.
This is a trope with you, Chris, and it's all your own fault.
Okay, next campaign, I'm just going to kill you when you try stuff like that.
Why do I have my magic?
I'm gonna create a race of stone creatures here, so Chris can play as them.
They'll slowly turn into Chris.
They're sub races. They're actually sharks.
Stone sharks.
And I think that the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an order. Sorry, I'm locking my points here. Oh God. And this order is going to be within the Jinshi, and they're going to be down here, and it's going to be an order of people who have turned their backs to the old ways and have set sail as pirates. Big, terrifying pirates. And I feel like that order is actually going to include several of the Seishi as well, because they're a little more inclined to it.
I was going to ask about that. That's kind of neat.
So this is something that's between the two, because despite their diverging histories, they've remained, amicable to each other.
And there's another race that's kind of neutral that would probably join in some piracy. I mean, some of them might.
Maybe. I'm sure that these are pirates. They'll take anybody.
I mean, I'm sure the Diende, there's probably a few of them that will definitely join that cause.
The Diende, and hopefully we get the Troska. Maybe we'll get a Troska on there, and
oh, Dragonkin definitely would.
Oh yeah. There. So, but no, primarily though the Jinshi that have turned their back on the old ways are the ones that are setting off for material gain, and not just by sea, by land.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's good. Trav.
Trying to figure out, I was like, oh, should this be kind of an, I don't know, I've got one idea of an event, but I don't know, I don't know, could be cool. I don't know, I'm going to just say what it is, and then somebody tell me if it's not cool. Or it's going to be a pain for map making potentially. But I was thinking of doing an event to basically switch the two plateaus here like Kutub and the Tandir ones, like with the cities and everything. Just
Kutub.
like suddenly, what?
Kutub.
Kutub, Kutub. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
But I don't know. I kind of don't necessarily want to do that, but that was just like one idea of like, hey, there's things. Put this one under the
It's
water.
not that difficult for me because I have them on different layers, so it's
Yeah.
real easy. So if you're trying to screw me over, it's not going to work.
No, I'm not trying to screw you over. And also, I'm just like trying to decide if I actually want to or not. I was kind of like just thinking of doing something with it, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave it the way it is for now, at least.
Coward.
Coward.
With all the power of the gods at your disposal to shape the world and however you see fit, you're sitting there. I don't know what I want to do.
Unlimited cosmic power. Itty
There's
bitty
like
living
one more
space.
race I want to make, but I kind of want to like hold off on it a little bit more or something.
Yeah, quite a few races right now.
Yeah, I've done a race or a sub race each round. I was just looking at.
We have more races than cities.
Yes.
I know. I'm working on cities. Jesus. I mean, I've made 1, 2, 3, 5 so far.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Does Shape Land get more expensive in the third age?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, let's.
It gets.
At 1 point more at least.
It's
And-
shape land becomes
Oh, no, it
8
gets
points
quite a bit
instead of
more.
5. Yeah,
Yeah, let's.
and that's per square.
Expensive still.
He's not making the squares any bigger.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
We could make something cool up here.
I hope everyone else is thinking about their turns.
Thinking about my next turn.
Okay, making orders. That's a thing I haven't done as much. That should be a good thing. That costs. Order. Create order is 6. Okay, yeah, we'll do we're gonna create an order of the Tosca, the shark people.
Troska?
Troska,
Okay.
there we go. And it's going to be an order that is for whatever they are dedicated to. They want to take back Kutub, or not Kutub, like that plateau at least. Not that they ever had it in the first place, but they see it, they think it's cool, and the god just wants to do stuff. So
Wait, what? What's happening? I need to hear this. You're destroying.
there's an order that is jealous of your of the plateau up there, and they're
What order?
in order of
the Troska.
We'll call it
The sharks?
Order of the Sky, because it's like a sky, some sort of sky pillar up there, plus their water pillar.
God damn it.
Huh, that's a unique concept. We should follow that.
Great.
God
Great.
pillars. Okay, so and you know that commanding the order to do something
Is a different
costs
action.
points, but there's there's the one to do wars and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
you
is
know that.
basically one of my. I guess this is maybe not specifically for that, but maybe this is just more of a warrior order, like the warriors of OZ.
Yep.
That probably makes more sense.
You wanted to name warriors of OZ?
Virtue.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
they're gonna train to do stuff.
I still don't understand what's happening though.
I'm just making an order in the shark people that wants to fight, and spoiler, I kind of like that pillar. It may or may not be going that way.
Prepare for war.
But yeah, right now they're just
War's
shark
coming.
things. I'm all crazy because I'm split into two people. There's no balance in me anymore.
Do you have anything else that you do on your turn?
There's not many points, so no, that's all I'm doing.
Okay. Keith.
I'm just gonna go road crazy. Gotta just keep on building roads.
Silk Road.
One.
Command Avatar.
Yeah.
So you can command Avatar.
Okay.
Execute 2 commands upon a race. So you're basically sending. Are you sending the people of Farwind? Are you sending them out on this road as you do this?
Just a few followers that he has, or maybe just himself on this way. It might be just kind of very primitive style road. It's not exactly a Roman or anything like that. Just kind of making some clearing along the way, just enough so that people can follow through on it. But not necessarily.
But
go ahead.
It's basically a permanent road, you said?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Command Avatar times how many? 2. 1, 2.
12. Okay. Gonna keep going there. 3, 4, 5.
Don't mess up.
6, 7.
7 points.
8.
I'd give you that last one for free, so it's only going to cost you 6.
So this is 8. 9. Oh, I wrote over your words. 10.
Oh wow,
And
you're continuing.
Yeah. Got 2 more points. 11. And 12. Okay. That's what I got.
So it ends at Watasato? Oh no, then... Okay, so take me on the path. So he goes from Farwind to Oceana.
Yep.
Oceana to Kimotoro.
Yep.
Kimotoro to Watasato.
Yep.
And then he follows that road back and branches
Going
off
north.
to north.
Yep. At some point going to Illifortis or Divicanti. And I think I get, that's how many cities? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's 7 points for me.
And that's a longest road bonus.
I was just getting
Longest road bonus is going in my notes. There you go.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Very unique turn, I think.
Yeah, I like
what
that.
can happen there is the interesting stories with Etrascan that of other people that come across him. Like, he's the avatar right now that's out there in the world actually with people. So it's interesting. You're gonna have to think about how he looks, how Etrascan this avatar looks and everything. Michael, because I'm assuming that's all your points, Keith, right?
Yep, all of them.
Okay, Michael.
Okay, I'm almost there.
I was just thinking, I forgot about like the avatar thing, and that they can create an order. Could we just, instead of changing anything, just like change that the avatar did the thing for me, so I just keep more points, lose the spent points bonus, but save me 5 points.
You want me to retcon?
Yes.
You won't have a point bonus then.
Yeah.
Will you?
I'll deal with that and build it back up again if I need to. I was gonna also do these actions, but I was like, no, that's stupid.
Okay. So it's my turn, huh? Well, sensing the threat from the overly aggressive shark people.
They haven't made their way at all.
No, they
That's
So they
haven't
probably
moved
have
it.
come to see it.
is sensing the threat in their
General area.
in their learning, and I mean they're very
Yeah.
observant and very good at gathering intel and know that there is a threat. And so the first thing I'm going to do is command the city of Kutub has been commanded to raise defenses, and these consist of, so it's already up on this high plateau, so it's already a very defensible position, but now it's going to actually build city walls around it, and atop the walls it will have towers that can see quite far around it, and also all the kinds of defenses that you might find atop a wall, like oil to pour over and
Mm-hmm.
siege engines and any sorts of things. So they're raising their defenses or building defenses, and then I'm going to do the same action again to raise an army. Um, they've been training in the martial arts for quite some time already, but are amping up those efforts. And I'm going to command Avatar to do the same thing. So I'm going to raise 2 armies worth, or two strength army. I don't know how it works in this game, but and then I think that's it. Except that I don't know. The other thing that I was thinking,
Hold on. Where's this? In the command city line, armies too are created with this power, though any given city may only produce 1 army in a given turn.
I'm using my avatar to create a second one.
Oh
I
yeah.
want to make sure that.
And the command avatar
just
specifically
got
says.
it. No, I see that. I thought you were gonna have 3 cities. That's what you were saying. I follow now.
No,
Okay.
two armies or a
Yep.
two.
No, I follow.
I don't know
I follow.
whatever, but and then the other thing that I was thinking would make sense, because I just formed an alliance, although it's primarily a, like I said, not a political one, but I would probably still see them as calling on their Madoshi friends in whatever kind of support they would be willing to, or able to offer in defense of Kutub, which seems to be under threat. And I don't know, would that be, because I was looking in there and it said, there's the thing for creating an alliance, but it doesn't say anything for, like, mechanically, if there's something you would have to do for that city or for those people to call to ask for help from that alliance. So I don't know what you have
I
to
think
say.
command race would be it.
That would be command race.
It would be command.
Or well, make alliances, settling territory and stuff. What did you say,
Well, I've
Spencer?
already made the alliance.
Yeah, but it says etc. So going further for a specific instance would be what I would think.
Okay.
And I think some things of like just communicating between them, it would be like you would like request it, and then they might do it if they want. I don't know. Most of the stuff.
Right. It may not even be.
Yeah, there's not really mechanics for most of the actual.
No, it may not even be a point. It's just.
Yeah.
I would
Next stage will be a challenge.
Then I will just put that out there, because I don't have points for the command the race, but I would imagine that being part of the flavor, at least here, that they would probably in that circumstance.
I think in order to ask them to come to you, that would be command race. To be talking with them, there's no points there. That's the ongoing story of what's happening, I think.
Okay. So the communication would happen, no commanding, but saying, hey, we're out here, there's trouble, can you give us any kind of help? And that's it. So I did 2. So to summarize, I did 2 command cities, 1 to build their defenses and 1 to raise army. And then I did a command avatar to raise the power of that army, or raise a second army, however you want to interpret that. I kind of like the idea of having 1 army that just is tougher, rather than have like 2 armies, but I don't know that, maybe it doesn't matter. Parse that. And then
Okay. Next up, Chris.
Okay. With the words of war on the wind, I'm going to do an advanced civilization for the Diende of weapon smithing. Command to create a new city.
Okay.
Right there. I'll also do the little blue.
Please pin that, yeah.
Blue.
Top, ooh, okay.
And call it Nordstern.
Nordstern.
Nordstern. The
Okay.
command avatar would be 1, so this would be 9.
This city.
The also with it, I will do command city, and the Illifortis will actually create fortifications, wall fortifications and things, just preemptively.
What is Nordstern? What's in this city? Who populates it?
It would be at the end of the day, it would be a trading outpost basically. The idea would be just it's probably the most northern that people have ventured on this continent. So mostly just a trading outpost, smaller area. And because there's been more travel to Farwind, maybe we'll see some more development along the coastline.
Okay, I think that would be ideal. And that's your turn?
Well, so at the command city, that leaves me at 5. And I think I want to do one more item here.
You did command avatar as the create city, you did the command city ×1, and you did advanced civilization.
Yep, so I had advanced civilization for 5.
Yep.
I had avatar to create the city for 1, and then the command city for 4. I had 15 total, so I have 5 left. Thinking I want to do something with that. I should look at doing something else. What was Ul Hafat on the west side of the map, left side of the map?
That's the keep, or that's the fortress isle of the Shujama.
Were those the good ones or the mean
Nope.
ones?
They're the -1 purity ones.
Okay, gotcha.
The Shujama are the ones that are more interested in hoarding knowledge and using it to maintain or increase their power.
You know what? I think I'm going to do command race again, and this because you can command race to make a city, right? Or is that?
There's an actual. I think that's it. Command race. Cities are founded with this power. Yep.
Okay.
But it can be used for just about anything.
I will command race and then the Arites to do
Okay.
a city here on this intersection, just so that there's like it's more of a. There you go, right there. Do the little right there. That'll be 4.
Okay.
It's me with 1. And then we'll call this. Let's see.
Oh,
Sure.
what'd you call it?
Graditor.
I can barely hear you.
Graditor? I don't know.
Oh, okay. There it is. You spelled it too. Okay. Great. 2 cities in 1 turn in 100 years. There are also smaller villages and stuff.
And were they different races too, or?
Yes, this will be for the Arites.
And the last one was your first guys.
Yeah, the
Diende.
northern the Northstern is the Diende.
Gotcha.
Okay. That ends round 5. I think I'm going to call it there for tonight. That way we don't bleed too much late, and I wouldn't mind having a little bit more time before bed.
I'm definitely not done with this age.
No, I don't think so. Assuming that everyone else agrees, we still have some rounds to do in this age. But I think the turns are getting faster, which is good. We started really slow early on.
We will be
Occasionally more confusing.
we will be beginning with turn 6 when we resume. Is that right?
We will be. Turn 6 in the second age. And then after each round, we will do a vote to make sure people want to stay here. We can stay in an age for however long we want, you know. I think there's still some stuff. It seems like some stuff to do. It seems like there's a lot yet to fill out and a lot more to do in these 2 continents on the lower end. So if you want to avoid the top part, I can spend my time with that area and your races. You don't have to flesh it out, but if any of you feel inspired, you certainly can.
Should we roll for
It's
a
probably
power
just a little.
before closing the night
Nah.
at all, do you think, or not
Nope.
so much?
Nah. Did not yet roll for power. Writing that there so we see that next time.
I'm just going to spend 36 times 4 points shaping the climate of that entire northern continent to be frozen and uninhabitable.
So,
No.
so this is definitely going to. If anyone wants to continue looking at the map, I suggest you screenshot it now because in 10 seconds I'm going to move you away from it so no one can sketch on it.
Oh, right on it while we're there.
Yeah.
Do you have copies of the previous version saved, I assume? The before and
Of
after
the
you?
one without all these markings, yeah.
Like, well, I mean, like at the end of a first session, how it looked when we had our nightmare on it.
Yeah.
And then it unmarked. Cool. I would like
Hold
all
on.
of those if I can, the befores and the afters, for my own purposes, whenever that's convenient for you.
Trying to get this without our avatar pictures covering up the bottom half.
You should make your
Make it just your name.
Yeah, I have it set to names
go into your
only.
settings and yeah, you can make it your name.
Oh.
Does make them smaller, but they don't go away. You can zoom out though.
Yep, for the stream I have it at like half zoom.
Yep. Where am I at here? That's not it. Zooey, zooey, zoo. Zooey, zooey, zoo. Okay. Dawn of Worlds, map discussion.
Dawn of War.
Donna Worlds.
Worlds.
Donna Worlds is my favorite.
Dawn
Yeah,
of
that's a good one.
All right. Well, I'm going to shut the stream down here if we're all wrapped up.
Yes.
Thank you, stream.
For people that actually tuned in, yeah, thank you. Maybe
Nice.
someday you'll catch us in Eversky.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Decide to stream that.
Bye.
Or campaign 2.
Campaign 2 coming soon. Question mark?
Question mark.